I'm back. I'm back. All right. John Porky, how are you? Oh. I think I just have to stop smoking tobacco again, even though I just bought a full pack of cigarettes, because it's, you know, I feel like death. But I'm also, like, after that last conversation, I'm just overwhelmed. Like, I can't catch my breath, and I'm panicking, and I'm having trouble not, like, crying and yelling. Um, I'm having trouble catching my breath, and I'm having chest pains. I have to lie down. Um, um, yeah. Yeah. I probably shouldn't smoke more. You are right. I'm gonna lie down. I'm gonna lie down. Yeah, and I'm gonna at least put the tobacco smoking gear in the other room so that I don't pick up this pipe again. Then I'm gonna lie down. My poor cats, Pie and Cell. Uh, um, I'm supposed to not be in danger anymore. I'm not supposed to. I had a home and I had a job, and and this shouldn't be happening. It just shouldn't be happening. Uh, uh, well, hello, Zoe. You gonna come up? Come up. What is it? Well, come up. You worried? I'm not supposed to lie down right now? Well, come up. Yes, I love you. Yes. Yes. Oh, you want the pillow my head is on? Pie Wacket, are you coming in too? What? What? I got both my cats. I love you, Pie. You want the pillow my head is on, but my head is on it. What can I do? Zoe's favorite pillow is under my head. She's complaining. Um. Uh, Nice of you guys to be here. Yeah, I want to do a reading stream, but I'm really, um. All right. All right. Um. Okay. Okay. I'm back. Is anybody in here? Can you guys hear me and see me? Uh. I don't. I don't. Are you guys here? Testing. Testing. 1, 2. Hey. Eric Curry. How are you? Are the settings all the way I meant them to be? Participant mode subscribers, yes. All right, all right. Yeah, yeah. That was actually a phone call from the mystery caller who was trying to help out last week. Um, just checking in to get like a briefing because I can't say things on the stream. Um, ah, yeah, yeah. I wish I could just get out of town, or somebody would just drive me to Chicago. Um, Different channel name to to shed the scrutiny. I mean, the channel's not having trouble. Like, uh, um, yeah. All right. I'm a hi, also very ordinary. How are you? Um, yeah. Is John still here? Are you still here, John? What is it? What is it, Zoe? Uh, um, Yeah, I'm real sick of this, you guys. I really am. Um, yeah, the the drama just needs to go away. Um, it's just, I mean, I want to get back to the channel doing what I was doing. Um, you missed everything because you were dealing with family issues. I was gonna read Tolkien, but I'm having trouble breathing. I bought cigarettes today for the first time in months, and my heart and my lungs are really not doing okay. Um, um, but there's nothing new going on. It's the same stuff that's been going on, but I'm not allowed to talk about it. And um, I'm I'm gonna have to talk to a lawyer in the morning. That's all I can do. Um, and pay a lawyer. I don't know how I'm gonna afford it, but I'll figure it out. I gotta figure it out. Um, uh, yeah, I wanted to come in here and hang out with my friends for a minute. It's poor Sophie, like the young people who hang out in here. uh, It's hurting people. I can't keep it from hurting people. People care about me. You guys care about me. So I really just, I just want to be kind and good and decent and help people and be here for people. I hope I didn't get put on paper on catch charge. Well, that's what I'm actually panicking about is that somebody's going to come serve me with something that gets me picked up, and then I got to get bailed out first thing in the morning, and then I won't have the money to afford a lawyer. Um, but I need somebody who's an expert on cyberbullying. That's the thing. I need somebody who has some expertise in this internet bullying thing that's going on, because the real problem isn't any wild allegations. The real problem is they're coming at the they're trying to prevent me from being able to talk about my personal life on stream at all. Um, and that's what the court's coming at me about. So I got to get a lawyer to deal with that. It's technical. I don't even know what to counterfile. Like I have no idea. Nobody has any idea. Um, this should already have cleared up, but I don't have a lawyer to clear it up. So um, it's a fucking nightmare. Um, yeah, it's a nightmare. Uh, Yeah, I'd like to just pick up and leave town. If somebody could drive me in the cats to Chicago, I got a place there. Um, um, yeah, I got an invite. I got a place to go. I just don't have a way to get there. I can't rent a van. Um, what's up? Hey, Penelope, how are you? I don't feel good. I'm supposed to be reading right now, but I decided to lie down instead. Did John Porky come back in? Are you here, man? Um, um, yeah, I don't want to panic. I gotta be okay. I gotta be okay. Man, if my father were alive, this would not be happening. He was a lawyer. Uh, uh, yeah. I just want to go home. And this was supposed to be my home. Um, yeah. Um, uh, wow. Thanks for being here, guys. Thanks for being here. I don't have any other family anymore. What happened to that kitty? Which kitty? Um, uh, should the little sick one. I saw that kitten again today, and then it went away again. Her mom, that kitten's mom, brought it up on the porch, and then the eyes, yeah, that kitten. I saw that kitten again today. So that kitten's still alive and out in the yard, but I haven't been able to get it to a vet yet. Tomorrow morning, I'm gonna have to do a bunch of other stuff. um, I love you so. You need this pillow, huh? You need this pillow. Here, I know this is a pillow you like. It's the bed for you. I'll come over here. Oh yeah, it's right here. There's your pillow. What is it? Yeah, you just want to snuggle. Yeah. Um, you're not supposed to get in trouble if you haven't done anything wrong. I know, buddy. I know. Um, um, uh, I'm glad you guys are here. Where'd John Porky go? I thought you were here, John. Um, um, maybe they thought I wasn't gonna come back. I don't know. Yeah, it's all right. It's gonna lay down. It's kind of sweet. Yes. Yes. Um, um, I love you too, so. Um, Penelope, that is Zoe right there. The other one's named Pyewacket. Yes, Zoe. Um, I love you, buddy. Yes. Yes, are we snuggling? I didn't know we were snuggling. Is it snuggles time? What are you doing? Why are you being crazy, Katie? Yeah. Oh, that's very sweet. You're a sweet monster. You're a good kitty. Um, yes. Um, having chest pains. Um, I don't even have a good way to get to the hospital if I wanted to. Yes, son. Yes. What you doing? What you doing? You can't settle down. You know, can you settle it down? You know, you can do it. There you are, John. Uh, Glad to see you guys. Have you considered growing mushrooms? No, I think that's probably illegal, but no, I have not. Uh, uh, I had a job working at a register at a store. So nobody's there anymore. So, um, but um, growing mushrooms is so fun. Yeah, my heart won't take smoking tobacco. It's just racing. Um, it's legal in Oregon. I wish I'd gone to Oregon instead of coming back here. I don't. I can't get my head around it being a bad decision to come back to Mississippi. Like that just shouldn't have happened that way. That shouldn't have worked that way. I love you, puppy. Yeah. Ah, ah. You're a very good kid. You're very good. You love yourself. You're a good, good kid. I should be trying to put that bed together. Yeah, I just couldn't. Did I eat yet? Yeah, yeah. Christina got pizza delivered, but then I felt sick, and yeah, now I don't know. My heart's racing and my chest hurts, and I feel really lightheaded. And yeah, I couldn't read. I'm just really close to just completely panicking, and I don't know what to do till I talk to a lawyer. I just don't know what to do. Um, yeah. Yes, Zoe. Um, uh, well, it's not going to help to panic. Uh, um, yes. Um, yes. What is it? What is it? What? Um, I love you so. I feel so bad for the girls, honestly. You saw a minute ago, John Porky. Sophie was really, she can't do anything, and she's really worried. Um, yeah, I can't smoke tobacco because of the mold. My lungs are just a mess. I can't catch my breath. I can't breathe right. My heart's racing too, but um, Those cigarettes were expensive. It's like $12 for a pack of cigarettes. It's crazy. I'm scared to go to sleep. I don't want to wake up to more trouble. I just want to wake up from the nightmare. This just shouldn't be happening at all. There's no reason for any of this to happen. I should be on my way to living happily ever after by now. I've been working so hard for so long to get back here. I'm sorry. I just want my family to be happy. Wish I could go to Carroll County where my cousins are. I don't even. My father's family basically quit speaking to me because I wouldn't, like, I refused to not acknowledge that I had daughters. They didn't want me to admit having illegitimate daughters. Hi, Southern baby. Um, Nice to see you. Um, I mean, maybe, I don't know, paying a lawyer to fix some of this will fix some of it. Then I'll only have money troubles. Um, hopefully, I'm just worrying more than I need to. Um, yeah, John Porky, yeah. No, my father was right. His family were right. But what are you supposed to do? You're supposed to try to be a good father. I mean, how was I supposed to know? No, nobody turns out to be a monster like this. Like, um, I love you so. You're so good. She's so cute. Look at how cute she's being. Yeah. You're a good kitty. You're very good. I love you very much, little Zoe. I just want to be able to protect these guys. I like the and my audience. You guys are the only family I have now. It means so much to me. Yeah, I don't know why Zoe knows something's wrong. She knows I'm upset. Usually, like, one of them knows I'm upset. Like, it'll be one or the other, but it's usually Pilot. Um, yes, Zoe. Yes. I love you, Bobby. Uh, yes. Yes, Zoe. Yes, Zoe. Yes. What is where are you going? Can't sit still. It's very sleepy. Yes, I love you too, buddy. You're very good, Miss Zoe. Yes, I love you too. You're the best little friend. Um, yeah. Hey, Sophie. I'm okay. Yeah, she's cuddling in. Yep, it's all right, Zoe. Yes, you're a very good little buddy. Um, um. So what'll happen at court? Well, I'm not allowed to talk about it, and I have to get a lawyer tomorrow to throw at it. Yeah, thank you, Sophie. I'm not allowed to talk about it, is why she deleted that message. Um, but so we're keeping it out of the chat as much as possible too. Um, but yeah, I have to get a lawyer tomorrow. Um, yeah, uh, and I'll figure out how to pay for the lawyer and get something for work. The worst thing about it is the nightmare is just never going to stop now. There's never going to be a day in the rest of my life where this didn't happen. It's and it's not like some act of God. It's not some catastrophe, and it's not something I did ever. But you can talk about it as long as you have her. No, I'm not allowed to mention her at all. In fact, like we can't. I can't say that. I am now in trouble for saying that using the pronoun. Um, and it's nearly impossible. And that's one of the things I have to talk to a lawyer about. Like, so, yeah. Yeah. If Yeah, I can't talk. Um, how old is Zoe? They're about 3 years old. How old is Zoe? Yes, Zoe. Well, is there a way that you can talk about it in a way that court people won't understand? No, no. I was ordered not to even have this kind of conversation about it. I was ordered not to mention it at all. So, I mean, it's one of the things I got to ask a lawyer. Like, how can I'm a live streamer. Like, what am I supposed to do? Not. I mean, I've been doing my very best to keep it entirely out of streams. Yeah, yeah, you got to let it go. We can't have this conversation. Um, How will you get in trouble? I can't talk about that. I can't, I'm not allowed. Um, um, yeah. Uh, and I got to talk to a lawyer about, thank you. And I got to talk to a lawyer about what I'm allowed to say and not say. It's one of the things I got to, um, um, yeah. And that also, by the way, is why the chat filter is on, so only subscribers can comment to, because the trolls and attackers can come in and get me in trouble. Like I'm, and that's also, I have to get a cyberbullying expert on this because time to turn to the occult. Yeah, yeah, maybe the problem here. I mean, red is red's got she got occult things going on. I don't know. Hopefully, hopefully she's. I mean, red, red is on my side actually, but there's not anything she can do to help with this. So I mean, um, it would be better if we could all live in the Shire. I thought that's what I was doing here. I thought coming back here was like coming to the Shire. I thought I would be safe here. Um, yeah, I thought I was coming home to retire and be safe, and I would have family and friends. That was the whole idea. You love Helen, the fan? I'm positive. Hi, Wojo. How are you? Yeah, she's a really good kid. Zoe's being so snuggly. Who knows? Who knows? Yes. Um, Low key, Sean Haggerty. How are you? Nice to see you. All right, my lungs are feeling a little better now. My heart's feeling a little better. I don't think I could get up and read, but have I read the Silmarillion on stream? No, we're just getting to the. Do you hear how bad my lungs are? Um, we're we're just getting to the end of Return of the King. A couple more days, we'll be done with that. And then the next thing I'm going to read on the reading streams is Robert Howard's Conan stories. I have all those books here. So hopefully I won't have to, I won't be forced to. I wish Zion would come in. Maybe sing a few. Yeah, yeah, I wish Zion would come in. You know, like, I I'm not scared of men. I just need a family and friends. You guys are the best family I've ever had. Yeah, Sophie doesn't like my singing, so I'm gonna get rid of the guitar, so Sophie won't be annoyed anymore. Um, no, you don't have to. You don't have to lie. You don't have to lie, Sophie. She's probably. Um. So yeah, I gotta go scare up a lawyer in the morning, and um, I gotta be worried that a papers will be served that would allow me to be arrested, um, based on the assertion that I'm violating the court order by having live streams. Um, so, hey, Alamo, promise me the cats will be okay. So Wilson has said um, uh, he'll he'll drop everything to drive down and get the cats if he has to. I don't know where he is actually geographically. I've been trying to get somebody to take a spare key from me so that they can come feed the cats and give them water if there's trouble, but nobody will help. Um, so um, there won't be a try to like I'll have to bail out. Like that's I'll have to get bailed out, and then I won't have the money to pay a lawyer. So it's a little bit of touch and go. Like I got to get to a lawyer first, and a lawyer should be able to shut this shit down like right away. But I got to get to a lawyer first. Um, I'm getting rid of the cats. No, dirty Marco. But if somebody could take them so that they'll be safe, I would have to, so that I could just leave. I don't have a picture ID that isn't expired, so tomorrow, um, I tomorrow I have to scare up a lawyer first thing. Then I have to take my birth certificate to the DMV and get a Mississippi picture ID. Uh, I can't just buy a driver's license without retesting now because it's been more than a month since my ID expired. Um, so, but that's the plan tomorrow. Go get a lawyer first thing, and then with your social security number. No, no. I got my birth certificate. It just took like 2 months too long to get here. Um, um, so yeah, I can't rent a van and just leave town. Um, if somebody else would come here, I mean, if you want to drop everything and come down here and ride to Chicago with me, I could pay for that. Uh, um, but like somebody who has a driver's license has to come rent the vehicle. I don't have a driver's license. So you're 978 miles away. Yeah. I mean, um, what's in Chicago? I got a room there. You were in the other stream. Was it John Holmes? He's got a place in Chicago? He's got a spare room. I mean, I could have gone there instead of coming here, but I had family here, so I thought I would come where my family are. Um, that's why I came back here in the band, and It's so beautiful here. But I had so many friends here and family, and there wasn't any reason to think things would go badly for me here. Um, this just shouldn't be happening at all. Um, can I say hi to Trenton? Hello, Trenton. How are you? Um, I'm so glad you guys are here. Uh, the false allegations are, well, I mean, the posts just have to come down, and then yeah, I mean they're going to follow me online a little bit forever, but there's no, I don't have any record, so if somebody runs a background check on me, I'm fine. um the problem with having a job is a local thing. Like, people are going to stalk me from store to store here, getting me fired wherever I get hired. It's not my main problem though. Trenton ghosted you. Did you tell him you don't like his singing, Sophie? Oh, you're talking to John Porky. He's supposed to say hello because he's in Oregon. Yes. Uh. Yeah, I feel a little better now, but still can't really catch my breath. Yeah, I need to coach myself not to be more scared and more upset than I need to. It feels like Jim Crow. I mean, they're they're really, the way that people are around me are trying to make sure that I cannot work or have a place to live or be safe in it when I haven't done anything wrong. Yeah, it feels old South. Um, um, you may want to cough that. That sounds, yeah. My throat isn't hurting. I mean, my lungs always feel bad. Like, I can feel whatever that mold was in my lungs still. It sits in the bottom like a pool of liquid. Sits in the bottom of my lungs. At least I have Zoe. I don't know where Pyewacket is. Is Pyewacket in here? Sometimes she's under that table back there. Um, yeah. Um, yeah, this business is going to follow me forever now. Uh, yeah. Yeah, the Midwest is a lot more racist. Um, I could not stand the racism in Ohio. I couldn't. I really, like, it really was disturbing where I was in Ohio. Um, God, I just want to have peace of mind and be happy. I mean, I'm never going to be happy, but happy enough to be here for you guys. It's like, I love my audience. You guys are my family, and I guess I won't ever have family in the real world again. I love you too. Thank you. Nobody ever tells me they love me. miss my family so much. You don't. I didn't really understand that there were things that people could do that you can't forget or go past. I mean, Red stabbed me in the face more than once before I got the police to take her out of my house. Um, she's more than forgiven. Um, I was hoping she'd come back here and live with me. I knew she'd just end up stabbing me in the face again, but um, no, things are never going to come around, Warjo, and I'm never going to be able to even pretend to be happy again after this. Um, I mean, I can go past it to a certain extent. Did we end on good terms? Red's got no problem with me right now. Uh, but I mean, she's also not talking to me right now because she doesn't want to have to discuss this situation. Um, uh, I mean, she is schizophrenic. Um, so, oh, you're talking to Sophie. Joe King, yours died abruptly. Your family. It's terrible. Um, um, believe me. Yes, Zoe. I got Zoe and Pyewacket. Um, yeah. Hmm. What happened to Jonah Turner? Why did he get timed out? Um, um, he was a bit goofy earlier. All right. Well, you only timed him out for 10 seconds, so I guess it's all right. You're lurking and playing games. Yeah, well, see, you don't cause any more trouble. Yeah, don't time Jonah out. Yeah. Um. Uh. Yeah. I guess the plan now has to be to move back to Chicago with John Holmes. I think this is a good move. I think that's a good move. But yeah, I don't know what Jonah did. I don't know. Don't worry, Jonah. You didn't do nothing. Um. Um. huh, huh. What are you doing, Wojo? Why are you timing WAP out? What are you doing? Hold on. What, why are you timing everyone out? This is why I end up having to mod everyone, and then people are like, "Why is everyone mods?" Because my mods run amok. What? I need all the friends I can get. Why are you timing them out? Web had a deleted comment? I don't know what that was. I'm suspicious of everyone too. So one of the things I really hate about this is just the being crowded by the paranoia. Um, like they're just there isn't any reason for anyone to be upset with me. Like I really just have not done anything. I can't get my head around that. Like I really I can't get my head around it. I'm a good guy. I haven't done anything. I never did anything. Um, um, I wish I could see a doctor. You messed up what you wrote. Well, you're back now. Glad to see you. Hold on, guys. Hold on. It's buffering. Um, it's buffering because I ducked out. I ducked out to wait, 0 people now? Is anyone in here? Why am I getting 0 on the view count? There's 0? There's 0 of you? I don't see 0 people. What is that? Um, I ducked out to message Zion because I wanted a hug. If Zion was here, he would hug me. Um, I just miss affection so much. Can't hear me. The sound's back. Okay. Okay, you guys can hear me and see me? Can you guys hear me and see me? Police is on the chat. That's what I hear, that bonging noise. Um, is he okay? Is he gonna come in? God, I'm so glad you guys are here. I hate being needy and sad and worried. I hate I hate not being 100% for you guys. Tell you this though, uh, I'm not gonna be too depressed anymore for you guys. You guys. Well, what is it? What is it? What? What are you yelling about? Do you want to come in here under the blanket? Yes. Yeah, come on. There you go. There you go, Snuggles. I now have a cat under the blanket. There we go. Is she hungry? No, she's just being snuggly. She's being very weird about being extra snuggly. Yeah, she's snuggling up to my leg now and rolling around under the blanket and yelling at me. Do you hear that? That's Zoe. What is it? What is it, little meow meow? Um, uh, no, they can't cryogenically freeze anyone. Well, no, they can freeze them, but they can't thaw them. Uh, you can have yourself frozen at the moment of death, but it's just theoretical that they might be able to recover them. Yes, Zoe's over. You can't see her, but she's in there. She's right here. Um, I get scared for Wendell. It doesn't get cold out here at night, John Porky. The coldest it ever gets is like 60 degrees. Um, yes, Zoe. Zoe, what you doing? Yes, yakety yak. Meow. Zoe, Zoe. Um, Zoe. Yes, Zoe. Pie Wacket. Where's my other kitty? Where's Pie Wacket? Pie. Um, is Zoe sick? No. She's sort of drifting in and out of the edge of being in heat because she wants to go hang out with the cats on the porch. Um, I think is what's going on. I don't know. She's being very snuggly. Pie Wacket. Pie is really annoyed at how snuggly Zoe's been lately. She thinks Zoe's my favorite because Zoe is sort of like snuggle bullying. Like it used to be that Pie was the one who would lie on the bed with me, and now Zoe has sort of crowded her out of the way. If I call Pie Wacket these days, Zoe comes rushing over and gets between us. And I just want a person to be here. Hmm. Do I have a favorite cat? The ones I had to leave in Tampa. Yeah, they know I'm not okay. They know I'm not okay. Uh, and with any luck, like, well, I don't know if it's luck, but maybe I'm overreacting. I mean, I'm not overreacting, but maybe it'll be better. Um, yeah, I had to abandon my cats in Tampa. There's nobody to come get me. Nobody to rescue me. I have you guys now. I mean, yeah. What is it, Zoe? What you doing? All right, I'll put it back in. There we go. All right, it's all right, Zoe. Yes. Yeah. Yes, Zoe. You gonna be all right there, buddy? She's snuggled up to me very closely under the blanket. Mm. Yeah, police in the chat is acting like the older brother of all the girls. He's kind of adorable in me. Um, we gotta make sure he's all right. Um, oh, my cats love me so much. Um, Zoe, Zoe. Yeah. Well, police's family, they don't seem great. I think we're his family. Um, does police have a bald head? You're bald? What do you mean you think he's bald? He was sharing pictures of himself in the group chat. Don't you know? I should know. I don't remember. I didn't look at him that close. I was just startled by how young he is. You guys all look like children to me. um, yeah. police dude I actually wish could just come live with me. Like he actually specifically, I feel like he'd just be better if he could live with me. Um, what time is it here now? Midnight. Midnight straight up. Asking to show up at his house, yeah. Well, I mean, I'd go anywhere right now, but I don't have a ride. And there's also to be considered the thing I need to hire a lawyer for is to clear up the problem online. It's the cyberbullying and harassment, and that like I have to pay a lawyer to deal with that, and so now best practice is going to be for me to leave town anyway, for sure. Um, but yeah, I mean, um, you always have anxiety the night before starting a new project. You're back. Your mom's boyfriend was yelling at your sister. Aw, yeah. Is everyone okay, Penelope? Everyone's got such serious family troubles. Yeah. She's curled up on my chest now and making cute little meowing noises and purring really hard. Like you can't see, but she's draped across my chest. Maybe she can tell I'm having trouble breathing. I don't know. It's like she doesn't normally do this. What are you doing, little Snorfy? That is so weird. That's you're digging your legs into my belly. That hurts. Ow. Ow. That's my belly. Ow. All right, Zoe. Listen, Zoe. There we go. There we go. Yes, Zoe. You want the. All right. Oh my God, Penelope. Yeah, yeah. The boyfriend should not be mean to your sister, Penelope. I'm sorry they're doing that. Poor kid. I had an evil stepfather who would make me sit at the table when I couldn't eat what I was supposed to eat. It was rough. It was rough. See the scar where Red stabbed me? I thought that was the worst thing. I thought that my daughter Red stabbing me in the face was the worst thing. I didn't. Like, how could it get worse? It keeps getting worse. The channel and you guys being my online family is the part that's not getting worse. Penelope, I don't want to ask how old you are. I'll take physical pain over mental any day. Yeah, me too. Um, why do women cling to useless, abusive men? You know what I don't get is why anyone would pretend that I'm abusive when, like, I removed that comment, Penelope, but we saw. How old's your little sister? Penelope. Um, wish we could help more, kid. Um, your stepdad used to give me foods I didn't like, and if I didn't eat them, I was forced to. I wouldn't have much shit. Yeah, yeah, that's. And then I never tried blueberries before, but when I ate them, I ended up in the hospital. Hey, Nolan, you're all right. You know we love you, Nolan. You have two. One is 7. One is 1. But the one you were saying is autistic is 7. Huh? Your mom is bad too. Well, you got friends in here, Penelope. Um, the past always catches up with you. Yeah, I guess. Except I don't have a past to run from. Like, there's like that shouldn't be like. Yeah, thank you, Wojo. The past always catches up to you. Yeah, I came home to my hometown so that good past would catch up with me. Like that's anyway, let's not worry about my problems, shall we? Penelope's having an issue right now. Yeah. Um yeah. I hope you're safe too, Penelope. Um and I'm sorry you're Penelope that you're in a situation where you probably have to be the grown up in the house, it sounds like. Um There you go. When you're 14, your biological dad is going to sue for full custody. There you go. There you go. Um, um, come in, buddy. Come in, come in, come in. I'm taking that comment out too, so we don't have to worry about how young you are. Um, don't worry. I'm not holding it against you at all. Um, um, do you have 911 on your device? You tell your biological dad everything. Good, 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 good. Yeah, so somebody else has a way to look out for you in a real emergency. Yeah, so you can't call 911. I well, you got your dad to call, huh? Your biological dad, you can call him. How far away is he? If he has to come rushing over to help. Yeah, is he your sister's dad too? It's a good question. Zoe or Penelope. Wish I could give you a hug, Ken. Um, I don't. I'm not sure why bald people really care about their hair. Matthew McConaughey, if you're an actor, there's a reason because you can't. Why are we interrogating her? We're making sure she's okay, Sophie. We're making sure she's okay. We're gonna see. We're trying to see if there's anything we can do. Um, she's here talking about the problem because she needs somebody to talk to about it. Um, that's what we're here for, to be a support group for anyone who comes in here. Yeah, yeah. I want to make sure, Penelope. How far away is your biological dad? Like geographically, and how quick can you call him? Because calling 911 when there's a family situation like that, and you can't call 911 about somebody using food to bully your sister. It's blown up the whole house. You you can, but they're not gonna. Your phone died? Yeah, if the biological dad is, that's what I want to make sure of, Penelope. If things get really awful, something just over the top crazy happens, you want to get back under there? All right. Well, come in then. Come in. Come in. There you go. I'm sorry. Um, don't dig a hole in me, kitty. Um, I'm glad we can be here for you, Penelope. Your mama's hit you too. Poor kid. Um, yeah. Yeah. Yes, Sophie's right. You gotta, unfortunately, you have to make an adult level series of decisions, right? You're stuck in a position where you gotta think about your siblings, and you gotta stay safe, right? But can your biological dad? How far away is he? If he had to come rushing over and get you, you had to grow up fast. Yes, I know the feeling. 4 hours, but make sure you have him on speed dial, like so he can make a call about calling the police. You said you can't call 911. You do visitations. Um, yeah, Webb is not reading the room. We're I don't know. um, we're having a serious conversation here, Webb. But Penelope's worried. She's got worries. Um, oh, so very ordinary is asking the right question. When, how often do you see your dad? Your real dad, your biological dad, and and when is the next time you see him? And can you freely call him? That's because you said you can't call 911. I assume you have a a phone. Maybe he can't accept that he is bald. What is with you guys talking about baldness? I didn't realize we were talking about a 911 call. I think I think Penelope has had to make the judgment call that she is not for about calling 911. I would have been at my dad's house a while ago, but I'm scared my mom will hurt my little sister and I can go to my dad's house on the 14th. Yeah, I can call him anytime. Okay. All right. Yeah. Poor kid. Can't believe anyone hits kids, but you and him have a plan. Good. Glad you have a biological father who's trying to look out. Um, you may be young, but you should have the most power in the situation. Call him if anything gets out of hand. If you tell him, he might be able to get a court order against your mom. Yeah, she said she tells him everything. So I don't know. I don't know about calling him at midnight. I'm assuming Penelope's. I don't know what time zone it is where you are, but I'm assuming you're awake right now because you're rattled. You would normally be asleep. You don't have school tomorrow. School's out. Me and my little sister have different dads. My mom has three different baby daddies. You have dementia and dyslexia. Who's the bastard? Me? um, I stay awake until like 3 a.m. I am the bastard. Um, and you're homeschooled, so she doesn't have school tomorrow. That actually strikes me as being just baffling. It does not sound like your home situation involves parents who know how to behave like grown ups. There's a lot of parents who do not know how to treat their kids decently or behave like grown ups. But that they homeschool you? Yeah. Well, Sophie, at that age, every home is a jail, but just some jails are worse. Um, Wab, we're having a serious conversation with a kid who needs advice and comfort. We can talk about movies later. Let's make sure Penelope's good. Um, well, you got friends who are like family in here, Penelope. You have school on the weekends and you don't get a summer break. So is that that's that's because of when they work, huh? Like your mom or your stepfather running the homeschooling thing. They do that with you on the weekends because of like their work schedule and stuff. All right. I'm assuming that makes sense, right? Weren't you saying you're homeschooled, Sophie? Or was that Satan saying that she's homeschooled? It's always prison until you can leave. So yeah, we're all sorry you're going through this, Penelope. You go to public school, so it was Satan. Yeah. Your mom works at a bar and your mom's boyfriend is jobless. Doesn't sound like you have much reason to like him. Poor kid. I wish I could give you a hug. But we all do. We're all here for you. He's just mean for no reason. Is she able to get hold of an adult like calling them for help? We already been through that, Wab. That's weird. Where were you a minute ago? We've been having this conversation for 10 minutes. um, I'm assuming the boyfriend lives there. It sounds like he lives there. His roommate. It's a shame that your biological dad can only rescue you. You can't leave your little sisters rely on you. Yeah. Well, I'm glad I can be here for you and that my chat can be here for you. Um, no, they don't drink. They have no reason to be like how they are. Well, some people are very broken inside, Penelope. And are you going to bed, Sophie? Are you going to be able to sleep? Get some sleep. I worry about you and your sleeping problem. You can be like my dad when I'm at my mom's house. Well, thank you. You haven't slept in 4 days. Are you going to go get some sleep now? Are you going to sleep? Zoe's saying get some sleep. Zoe is saying, Sophie, sleep. Sleep, Sophie. Yeah, you're gonna sleep. Good, good, good. See, this is why I gotta not be depressed in here. You guys need me. You guys need me to do better. You guys need me to feel better. Do you love Zoe, Penelope? I wish you had Zoe to snuggle with you. You would feel better. Do you have any pets, Penelope? Oh, you want Zoe? Yeah, she's good. She's a very good kitty. Hey, Nightmare, yeah. Yeah, in fact, you have a hairless cat? What? How did you end up with a hairless cat? They're so expensive, so your family has some money. That's good. You don't know. They're kind of expensive. Yeah. I know you don't really notice like how well your family is doing in terms of money when you're your age. Like it's not the main thing. You really don't. Your mom says, "Well, everybody's broke." Um, Penelope, especially in like messed up homes. Like my mother made pretty good money. She was insurance sales from when I was like about 10. Um, and but she was so mentally ill. I don't know what was wrong with her, bipolar, BPD, something. Not unlike all the other women in my family. Um, she did her best, but she was not good at running a household. We were not only always broke, we were always starving because my mother just could not manage expenses. Power always getting cut off, water always getting cut off. When I was about 14, I found out, oh, BPD definitely runs in the family or something like it. I mean, I don't whatever my mother had was never diagnosed. She wouldn't see a psychiatrist to save her life. Um, she hated them and loathed them and feared them the way most people do cops. Um, but we found out when I was like 14, I found out that um, also very ordinary. Does your sister get special education for autism? When my autistic son was little, I homeschooled him and took him for speech therapy and occupational therapy and physical therapy. Um, no, she does not. She's 7. Huh? Feeling lonely and sad the later it gets. This is the late night lonely and sad stream, and we're talking to Penelope about her family trouble. She's had a rough night. I'm glad we can be here for you, Penelope. Everybody needs Zoe to snuggle with. Zoe's being the snuggliest cat ever right now. Late night, lonely and sad. So yeah, that's how this stream started. Like a year ago, when I started doing this, I was so depressed and I was so suicidal, and I would come in at like 1 in the morning. Your mom texted you. Come back in when you're done talking to her, or if you can get some sleep, get some sleep. But we'll be here. I'll be here tomorrow. I'm glad you're here, Penelope. I'm glad we could be here for you. I need to get up and take some kratom so that I can fall asleep soon. But I got Zoe doing the snuggles. Um, Yeah, I didn't know that my live streams would turn into like a therapy group. Um, you know, I mean, I guess I should have known that. Like, I'm good at I'm good at being here for. I mean, I miss having family so much myself. Everything go well with your new job so far? I lost the new job. Um, um, how can you help? Are you worried about Penelope, or are you worried about? I think we're giving Penelope all the help we can. She sounds like she's got. How did I lose the new job? Because all these accusations and allegations online are just all over town. They can't have somebody running a register in public facing in a well-known local business who's got people terrified of him walking in and being like, I recognize him from those photos going around. So, like, I'm gonna have to get a job that isn't a public-facing job, or a job online. They're trying to get me hired up for something online just now, um, and I was actually gonna end this stream and go finish the weird onboarding application process online on the phone, but I was too upset. I was near panic. I was just really disturbed and distressed. I feel a little better now. You guys are here talking to Penelope. Cheers me up is the wrong word, but focusing on somebody else's problems makes makes me more solid. If I'm called on to be a good dad, I just turn into a good dad. Like that's like I'm not like I do not screw around with that. Like if somebody needs me, I wish I could help more. There's so many people in here who need so much help. I mean, hi Penelope. Um, your mom was texting you like from elsewhere in the house. um, Tell us about your cats, Penelope. You have a hairless cat. What is your hairless cat's name? No, she's at work. Oh, she works late. Um, Vince is autistic and ADHD, but with love and sacrifice, I got him the best care, and now he works for a bank. Yeah, I mean, hold on. I got to write a paragraph about my cats. It'll be a little bit cool. I want to hear about your cats. Um, so glad you guys are here. I just have a random neighborhood cat that strolled up and domesticated itself. Good. The pie and Zoe I found in the backyard of an abandoned house. They were abandoned under a bush. There are a bunch of cats there, but I could only rescue two. I still worry about those other cats that were there, but I mean, I haven't really been able to take care of pie and Zoe. They still haven't seen a vet, gotten their shots and stuff. Um, yeah, I don't. I don't want to talk about my problems, so I can talk about your problems, and I don't want to worry you guys. I don't want anyone to have to worry about me. You went from simp to daddy. I don't know what you mean by that. Oh shit, kids in chat. I mean, um, you have to go to sleep. I have to work tomorrow, but I want to save Penelope. We all want to save Penelope. Um, uh, and this is another example of like people are like, yeah, normally streamers they kick out anyone who says they're under 18. Like, No, I'm not going to kick Jelly out. She needed me. And Penelope's here because her biological dad's not there, obviously. And her sister's dad ain't there. My hairless one is named Augie, and I have another one, but she grew peach fuzz, and we have Pancake. My mom's boyfriend brought her when he moved in, and we have Doffy. He is normal, but he looks traumatized. Cats get nervous like people. Cats have emotional problems the same way people do. Um, I'm so glad you guys are here. And I have a brown dog, Sally, but my mom's boyfriend hit her for no reason. I should do something. Are we talking about kittens? Wap, do you have a kitten? Do you have cats? Do you have kittens? Nope, grown cats. Oh right, you're asking her. There are cats that come in your yard. Well, I would assume if Penelope's house has grown-ups yelling at each other and hitting each other and hitting the dog, the they I bet her cats hang out in her room a bit. She's nice to them. Augie, Doffy, and Pancake, right? And a dog named Sally. What kind of dog is Sally now? I By the way, I would just leave the phone where the camera is pointed at Zoe, but I'm blind and my glasses are on the table and I wouldn't be able to read the chat. Otherwise, you'd just have a shot of Zoe. Because Zoe's better than me. Zoe's a better thing to look at than me. There's this big cat that comes in my yard. It goes to drink the water I set up there. Sometimes they get thirsty. Yeah. My mom hit me a couple years ago, and him and her argue sometimes and love him is fine. It's awful that you got grown-ups hitting you, kid. But you're more than halfway out of that. Um, and sometimes you gotta. I mean, you got siblings to look out for, but um, when my daughter read, and she had an abusive home life with her mother and her stepfather. Uh, um, a court finally sent her to live with me when she was 16. She had a younger brother who's a little bit autistic. I don't know if he was diagnosed. I think he was like 12 when she was. No, he was more like 9 or 10 when she was 16 and came to live with me. But he wasn't mine, so he was the stepfather's. Um, I don't know how he's doing these days. I don't think Red ended up keeping in touch with him. You'll feel selfish leaving them, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna hurt like hell. You're gonna feel like it's your fault. You're gonna feel guilty. Um, I would never say you got to look out for yourself first, because I'm a dad. I try to look out for my daughters first. Um, yeah, But that is the point in the conversation where just about anyone else would say you have to take care of yourself first. I don't think like that. Um, yeah, I don't know what more I can say in that. Yeah. Um, and it sounds like just generally the whole situation is abusive enough to make things hell for you, but not abusive enough to blow things up and call the police. And I'm sorry you're in that situation. Got to put on your oxygen mask first. That's a really good way to put it, actually. Um, I don't know, Penelope, if you know that reference, but when you're on an airplane and the cabin depressurizes because your biological dad says, I need to let go of it and take care of myself because it's damaging myself. Yeah, you, you, right. Have you ever been on an airplane, Penelope? You follow about that. You got to put on your oxygen mask first. Yeah, but that is the situation in which um, you, yeah, yeah. When it comes to the kind of situation where the cabin's depressurizing and the plane is. So, Penelope, what that reference is airplane safety. Now, when the cabin depressurizes, right, you're already damn close to doomed. You're not, it might be about everybody's about to die, but the oxygen mask drops down in front of everyone. It's an automatic thing. Every seat has an oxygen mask drop down right in front of your face. And the instructions are you put your oxygen mask on first, even if there's a screaming baby next to you, so that you can breathe and then you can help the person next to you. But your first thought has to be for yourself in that serious and emergency situation. Like once it comes to, you know, in case of fire, break glass. Like yeah, you you got to take care of yourself to the extent that it allows you to take care of others. Um, Anytime I fly, I get drunk as shit because I'm scared. I can't fly, man. I'm terrified of airplanes. Um, though I guess, I mean, if I could get on an airplane with Pi and Zoe, at this point, I guess I would. I'd figure it out. I'd just figure it out. A lot of kratom. All right, I gotta get up. I'm gonna have to. Flying is statistically safer than driving. Yeah. What is safe? Is there a safe place? A safe place is an oxymoron. Um, um, so many deconstructing environments. All right. I'm getting water. I'm getting water. Is Pie Wacket even in here? Why is Pie Wacket? What's she doing? Is she in your box? Is that why you're yelling at me? Where is Pie Wacket? Pie, where are you? Um, your mom also hits herself sometimes, and she's done it in public. Yeah. Um. Doesn't sound like she's okay. Um. Uh, I mean, you're not gonna. It's not gonna help to see your mom as the bad guy, even if she is, right? Like, you go to war with the army you have, not the army you wish you had. That's the mom you got. It's like my daughters. You gotta deal with the family you got. Um, I'm so glad your dad has your back. Your biological dad. Wap, are you saying like you're thinking about you should take those cats inside if you can? We do feed the animals outside. Yeah, I mean, it's like with my daughter Red, I was saying, who stabbed me in the face, and she's flippy. She's told crazy lies about me too, which isn't helping in this situation. She's violent sometimes. When we lived together, she smashed everything, every door, every piece of furniture. She got us evicted. Um, but it would not have helped to see her as the villain. And just pie whack it often. Um, where is Pie? Pie. Is she in? Oh, she's in there. Pie whack it. What are you doing in there? She's in your box, huh? Yeah. I'm not real fond of telling teens in trouble that it'll get better because it doesn't always get better, but it's gonna get better for you and your siblings. What's in the box? What's in the box? Yeah. I don't know why Pie Whacket's in there. Usually Zoe hangs out in the box. Um, you wish you were a cat so you can live anywhere and not worry about money. Well, they sometimes die out there. I don't think Pie is stuck. Maybe I should make sure. Pie, Pie Whacket, you want to come out of there, buddy? Oh, Penelope, it'll get better. You're yes, Pie Whacket. You're making cute noises now. Pie Whacket. Oh, it's Pie Whacket here. Zoe went in the box and then Pie Whacket came out. I'm sorry, Pie. No wonder you're rubbing on me. Yeah, your sister's in the box. Pie Whacket, get your sister. Get her. Zoe. What is that noise? Yeah, I don't know how they managed to change places on me. You guys must have seen that more clearly than I did. Yes, Pie Whacket, I love you very much, buddy. Yeah, you're a good kitty. Very good. You've got to get some sleep because you have to walk Princess Leia before you log into work tomorrow. Yeah, I gotta like I said, I gotta get up at well, in theory at like 8 in the morning. I don't know when I can start blowing up the lawyer's phone in the morning. And I'm a little like panic button about being afraid they're gonna come try to serve me with something tomorrow. But I'm gonna be out of the house anyway. I'm gonna call the lawyer first thing and then go out to fix the bike and then go get my ID. So yeah, I got a big day tomorrow too. On the other hand, like I don't need sleep. Who needs sleep? um, I wish I'd gone to church this afternoon. Also very ordinary, yes. Pray for my fans. You got Once Upon a Time in America to watch tomorrow. That movie's creepy. Movie's creepy. That movie has an issue with women. It's beautifully made. Some of the acting's really good. Um, yeah, my father used to say you can sleep when you're dead. Now that my father's dead, he's not saying that though. So he has not confirmed that you can in fact sleep when you're dead. In fact, I often think maybe you can't. That might actually be the. Well, hi, Pie Wacket. She's snuggling too. Boy, they're just. My cats are being. I don't know. What's in the air, you guys? Everybody's having such a rough couple of days. Is that. That sounds like a cat eating food. Um. No, it's about mafia guys. I'm not expecting them to have healthy relationships with women. Well, you'll see. I mean, you'll see what I mean. Do I stream every night? Yeah, I do. Yup. What time do you want me to be here, Penelope? What time do you need me to be here? I usually try to. Hey, Sophie, you were supposed to be getting sleep, young lady. You can't sleep. Um, yeah, I usually try to. I've been streaming during the day a lot because I don't have a day job right now. Having abdominal pain. You seem to have stomach problems a bit too. Huh? It hurts, huh? You can't breathe. Are you all right? Just take deep breaths, Sophie. You're gonna be all right. Um, man, one thing I call 911. You can't breathe, and if you do, it hurts. Do, do you? Yeah, I don't think she needs to call 911. I think I think she's rhetorically exaggerating slightly. It feels like shit, but she'll live. That is what I think Sophie is saying, right, Sophie? That can be as minor as pleurisy. You guys do not try to panic Sophie. She's already saying she's having trouble breathing, you guys. You got stabbed in your side? Are you bleeding? What's making that noise? There's no cat eating food out here. Wendell's out here, though. Look. Wendell. Never mind, I didn't. You got $2,000 today for a 1 mile ambulance ride? Yeah. That's why, yeah, that's why I'm not going to the doctor unless I'm dying. So Sophie's a smart kid. I think she knows that when to call an ambulance, I think. Yeah, Penelope, have you seen Wendy out on the porch? She's very pregnant and she won't come inside. I've tried to get her inside. What does it mean if your right side hurts only? Depends on when it hurts. Um, there's some organs over there. Your appendix is, I think your appendix is left side, huh? Right side, like right here, is liver. But also, if it's esophageal, if it's a stomach ache that's lower down, it's a food related thing. Abdominal, like down here, like that can. There's a couple of fairly standard stomach problems that could be. Um, if you're having stomach pains regular related to food and eating, it might just be like yeah, an upper intestinal or esophageal thing. Um, if it seems like can I be your doctor? It's going to be okay, Sophie, but if you're worried and don't think it's an emergency, yeah, you should see a doctor about that. It's in the kind of top of your ribs. Like, you mean you mean up here? Like where it would be your heart if it was over here, but it's over here? Most likely it's just muscle pains of some kind, a little lower. Um, yeah, a little lower. That could be like I have a recurrent stuff, like I have bad intestine and stomach stuff, but one of the things I have, like it's pains here, and it has totally developed into like real pain, like alarming pain a couple of times. And yeah, it was some kind of ulcer. Um, Nerves and bad eating habits. It seems like you're not good at eating right, and you worry about your. I can't believe how you have appendix shit. Um, the appendix is just nothing unless it blows up entirely. Like that's like, and it'll feel like It really will feel like you're being stabbed. Like I haven't been standing next to somebody when they get appendicitis, but you kind of can't mistake it for something else. You can't afford to die. Yeah, it's expensive. You also have a future. You're young. You're not gonna die. Even if it is your appendix blowing up, it's life threatening, but you'll be fine. Yeah. Yeah, if it was your appendix, you wouldn't even be typing right now. If it was your appendix blowing up, you would just fall the fuck over. So you don't. It's not your appendix. Um. Um. Yeah. All right. I brought my. I gotta take some kratom. Hold on. What is it, Zoe? What do you want me to do? Oh, that was Pie Wacket eating behind me. What, are you yelling at me because your sister's in front of the food? Is that what you're doing? That is what she's doing. Pie Wacket's guarding the food and water. Um. Alright. Um. Is Pie being greedy? I don't know if she's doing it on purpose. Look what she's doing. She's preventing Zoe from going to the food and water without getting around her. You get food poisoning easily. So yeah, that can cause like damage in your upper intestine. And I don't remember exactly how it works, but I have a recurrent pain here that at one point flared up into an ulcer. Um um all right, what did I come in here for? The water and the kratom. Um I just gave up in the bed. I gave up on the bed. No, I didn't give up. Um I just I got too drunk actually this afternoon is what happened. Like I drank that whole bottle of fake Fireball, which by the way, the Jack Daniels fake Fireball is you don't want to drink that. It's gross. It tasted like water, like literally like watered down Southern Comfort with cinnamon added. Is gross. Why is Jack Daniels stuff that isn't straight Jack Daniels always gross? I like they made a Jack Daniels barbecue sauce a while back that was just so hideous that I like never again, never again. Touch the ceiling and I'll give you a cookie. There we go. It's a trailer, so you can reach the ceiling. Um, right, the kratom, the water. There's the water. Um, all right. Um, Marinate your bacon in Jack. Oh, okay, I see how it is. Thoughts on Frank Zappa? I don't like Frank Zappa. I mean, he's great. You took the cookie. The kind of I do for your kids, and this is all the thanks I get. Uh, I feel better from smoking too much tobacco, and right away I'm like, okay, I'm gonna smoke more tobacco now. You're sorry, it's all right now. You've had a rough night. You can have the cookie. I'll take kratom. You can't have kratom. Even if you were here, you would not be allowed. So, Zoe. Yes, Zoe. Mm. You'll do time in prison for that. What am I even eating? Kratom is an herbal painkiller that is good for sleep. Has a reputation for being bad for you and addictive. I don't know. But it's legal, and yeah, I use it to put myself to sleep and to soothe my nerves. And yeah, um, I officially would recommend never touching this stuff. Um, gas station opiates. Yeah, if you were here, I wouldn't let you have any. Um, I actually don't know. Yeah, I just wouldn't let you. I was just thinking, like, if I had a kid, a teen or a teenager who was in pain, it is a painkiller. Yeah, I don't know. They don't know much about this stuff yet. Actually, it's sort of a recent thing. It's an Asian herbal thing. Flipped your car on kratom, Jonah. Day 5 of not going to sleep. Yeah, you can't do that, Sophie. Yeah, kratom tastes like dirt. Take some melatonin, Sophie. I've only tried that stuff once and it didn't really do anything for me. Um, yeah, melatonin doesn't work for me either, Sophie. Um, I don't know that the kratom really puts me to sleep as much as it allows my nerves to relax enough. So, like when I'm having a really insomniac night, I can take enough kratom so that I doze off sort of for a while. Um, let's see. Put this here. I gotta charge the phone so that I can keep going. Let me get this through here. I think everybody in here is insomniac, right? This is the insomniac crew. My mom's boyfriend gives me drops to sleep of melatonin. Um, Look, you finna give myself children medicine so I can sleep. Dayquil. Dayquil knocks me out. Um, I think I started taking cold medicine like Benadryl to soothe my nerves and allow me to sleep and get through school without freaking out about how shitty it was when I was like 16, a little bit younger. My mother was a full-blown NyQuil addict by the time I started paying attention. Uh, Dayquil is good if you mix it with kratom. Kids don't listen to him. Oh, that's right. I was going to check the group chat. Mm. Um, um, yeah, Penelope, we have a group chat that's basically like the support group. like police dude and the girls are in there. A couple other people are coming in. But that really is like the conversation we've been having tonight. That's really about like support and me being some kind of distaff social worker and psychologist. Like that's I'm trying to. So even when I'm not streaming, I'm trying to be there for the group chat. Um, yeah, and the girls are there like all like Satan and Sophie and police dude are basically in there all the time, propping each other up, making sure each other are okay. Nobody's got a good family in here, and the people who do have good families are not good themselves. So you were especially tired 5 hours ago. Well, what happened? That sounds fun. I'm gonna smoke tobacco until I feel sick again. I would sing, but Sophie will scream. She'll claw her ears out. She'll stick sharp things in her ears. Uh, whose email is that, Sophie? Oh, that's okay. That's can I try and add him? I don't know how to do it, or I would have added John Porky. Oh, that's right. He doesn't have the app. Rorschach Rogan. What? What do you mean? The psychiatrist. Yeah. Tap on the name and then go to managing members. Tap on the name on his email. Then go to add and put his. Okay, so that means he needs to be in my friends in Google Chat, is what you're saying, right, Sophie? Um, um, Weed isn't legal everywhere and it's age restricted. So we officially don't recommend weed. I'm smoking tobacco in this pipe. I really should not be. Um, yeah, he has to be in my friends in the chat, right? So accept my request on Google Chat. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I can do that too. I just don't know how to do it. New chat, is that how I do that? New chat, add one or more people. No results. Feeling pretty useless. That's okay. You don't have to be useful. Well, not to me, yeah. We like you in here, Nightmare. The girls were saying actually we need to get you into the group chat too earlier because it's the mental health support group. Like everyone who's wobbling needs to come in so we can be there for you even when I'm not on. Basically, like I know a lot of you guys like count on me to be a dad and to be kind and helpful and yeah. Humans weren't made to be used. That's right. We're supposed to be useless. We're made for monkeys. We're talking monkeys. Um, I'm the chosen one. I wish some people would unchoose me. Penelope, you're clearly not useless. To your you got sister. You're really not useless too. At your age though, it's hard not to feel helpless.
Um, it's not quite the same thing. I'm so glad you guys are here. Um, hello, neighbor Sophie. Did you find that? You mean depressed? Yeah. That was amazing that that lady thought I yelled that. Hello, N word. She really thought I yelled that. Also, Sophie, I don't know if you saw, but like that was right at the top of the stream, and the viewer count went up to like 50 something. And I really don't, I really think it's because we were using racist language. Like, that's all I can think. Like, something about the algorithm was like, oh, are you yelling the N word in here? A lot of people are going to want to see that. Like, what else could that have been? Like, do you think that was all the haters coming in? Start cussing you out? No, I think so. I think the algorithm does like racism. I think that's what happened. Like, some of you guys weren't in here. I was riding my bike up the road back from the liquor store, I think, and they craved the hatred, right? And so there's a neighbor's a black lady walking up from the dumpster that I hadn't met, and I'm like riding by, and I go, "Hello, neighbor," and she goes, "N word," like, she thought I just hollered at her like in a friendly tone. Was she nice? Well, yeah, I mean, I certainly wasn't calling her names. She seems like a nice lady. She's just one of my neighbors I hadn't met. I am the only white guy in the trailer park, so like it is Mississippi. I don't know who would do that. Hello, nigger. I, maybe I should just call my streams that. It's all about the intention. No, right. Like, yeah, I don't worry about watching my language generally. Like, I'll use racist language to be funny or to make a political point, like, because I'm clearly not a racist. In here I watch it, not because YouTube comes down on you for it, but you never know who just came in for the first time and is gonna think like, oh, what's wrong with this guy? Why is he like I don't, don't want anybody to mistake my intent. Like, the hell? Yeah, a lot of people in here, Sophie, are not white. um, it's just a word. Yeah, yes. I mean that I don't believe in bad words. In fact, the history of racist language is that it's a white people thing. Like only white people care about swearing or yeah, offensive language is that's well, it's a class thing. I don't know white people thing, but it's an upper class thing. Um, what's wrong with this white man? Let's get his viewer count up. You're white? Yeah, I love cussing. I mean, yeah. Uh, I mean, a lot of the live streaming is about saying things other people aren't allowed to say. So like, and behaving in ways that you're not allowed to behave normally. So when I scream and yell at people, people love that. It doesn't matter whether I'm being psycho or whether I have a righteous cause to be mad at someone. People love that. If I break down and cry, people love that too. And yeah, swearing also like everybody's a little Tourette's about swearing. Hey, police dude, you are alive. How are ya? Welcome to the late night support group. The N word has a particularly dirty history, though. Um, yeah. Well, like several times in life, in the real world, I've had moments where using the N word to like quote a movie or make a political point or be funny has disturbed or offended someone that I didn't know very well. And like I had to earn their trust over. You use the N word casually as a white person, and a black guy hears you and thinks you maybe they'll watch you for 6 months. They'll be giving you the stink eye, like waiting for the other shoe to drop. So, um, no, you got to be careful. I mean, Don't get me wrong. I have to sang songs with the N word. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I hate it when AI do that. Um, yeah, you got to be all right, police dude. I'm glad you got some sleep. Now, Sophie, it's your turn to sleep. Just use the A and not the ER. Well, that's just coded talking, right? Like that's you're allowed to say nigga, and that means that's signaling that you don't mean it racist. Like it's not like your intent is really what matters though. That just signals intent. So, like yeah, it's a little weird though. And I know like white kids in the hood, like the kids we used to call wiggers, the white kid trying to pass. And they'll just like use the N word. I don't care. I wish they wouldn't. Like it's like there's only one white kid in the room and he starts mouthing off like that. It's like you're not Vanilla Ice. Just chill. You're not more cool with your black friends because you pretend you're not white. Like I'm a white kid in the ghetto. Me too. Yeah, and that actually, like, you can forget. Like, you can forget that you're the only white guy. And like, and then remember, like, oh right, yeah, the reminder will be somebody being like, "Yo, man, what?" Like, yeah, you're about to anesthetize yourself to sleep like Michael Jackson. I took a big spoonful of kratom a little while ago. Everyone in Florida says it. Well, Jonah, that's yeah. When I lived in Tampa, I mean Tampa's really multi-ethnic and in the hood. Like they're just everyone's of mixed race. There's a lot of islanders. There's a lot of immigrants. Um, yeah, some white people in Ohio, like the white racists, get really uptight about how they're not allowed to use the N word, and I'm always like, you are. You just like your intent matters. Like you can't be a prick and a racist and use it. You got like you're. There is no other white peoples where you are. Yeah. Um. Okay, I'm gonna put down the tobacco pipe. I can smoke tobacco as long as I don't smoke enough to feel good about it. um. Your neighborhood is mostly Irish, but it has gotten more diverse. We're just trying to get negative attention. You know the ops and the haters coming at me. It must be driving them nuts that they can't get YouTube to crack down on me. They must be reporting the hell out of my streams for any made up shit they can come up with. Like, really. Um, Somebody did try to report me for something that had to do with like outing their name or something, and it just wasn't like the part of the stream that was marked. I looked and it wasn't, they didn't, their name wasn't mentioned there. It was like they picked a random part of the stream. I think it was, oh, it was that Tia character. Yeah, no, YouTube loves me. YouTube loves me. Like I'm a rising star in here. It takes a lot for your streams to be taken down. Yeah, because freedom of speech like matters actually. Um, it is a term of endearment, but it's stupid to use for hate. How do you sleep? Um, Sophie, like I take kratom to pass out, and I'm not good at sleeping. I'm not good at sleeping. When I like I said, I was probably 15 or 16 when I started taking Benadryl a lot to get to sleep, and then during the school day. So that like I was really an emotional like before I got to be old enough to be medicating or self-medicating, I was always crying and yelling. I could not get through a school day. Like you guys see, like if I stream for 5 hours, I usually at some point scream my head off at someone. I usually cry. It was real bad when I was a teenager. Like I really should have seen a shrink. And my mother was so terrified of psychiatrists. Um, I didn't know sleeping is an acquired skill to be good at it. It is. You close your eyes and pretend to be asleep until you actually fall asleep. Penelope, I think it was Sophie I was saying, watch the movie on the inside of your eyelids. That's sort of, it's a weird ceremonial magic trick too. Like it's like a lucid dreaming thing or like astral projection. But it is a good way to get to sleep because what'll happen is so you close your eyes, you watch the inside of your eyelids like it's a movie. You have to concentrate very intently on the darkness. And the like swimming like blotches of red and white will slowly become more clear. But you have to stay concentrated. If you zone out, you get zeroed out and you got to start over. Slowly but surely, the swimming patterns, they'll become more and more patterns. They'll turn into less and less abstract pictures. And I have managed to push that until it's actually like a lucid dreaming thing. Only a couple times. But like I vividly remember the first time I pulled it off, I was like 14 or 15. And I don't know, maybe took like 30 minutes, 35 minutes of concentrating hard on the inside of my eyelids. And then suddenly it was like I had snapped into place and I was like walking around in a space. It was lucid dreaming is what that was. Hypnagogic imagery, right? The stuff on the inside of your eyelid. It will get less and less abstract the more you concentrate on it. But you can't zone out. You can't get distracted or it'll disappear. Yeah, and I gotta these days you put the second half of Heroes on by David Bowie. Music used to help me get to sleep. Music now always keeps me awake, but I listen to podcasters, I listen to storytellers. There's a few people whose voices really I can zone out to. Mr. Ballin I listen to a lot. Um, uh, Wendigoon, sometimes his long streams I listen to. Um, he's a little too interesting though. Wendigoon will keep me up. Um, his research is so good and his rhythm is really like crisp. Um, it is easy to sleep paralysis yourself. Um, yeah, Mr. Ballin's awesome. And he like he covers the 411, which really freaks me out. The 411 really freaks me out. Uh Also, it freaks me out that does everyone in here know what the 411 is? Um, can I get a witness on podcasting is not really your thing, you're a visual guy. I never look at stuff I'm listening to. It's one of the reasons I realized, okay, so you guys don't know what the 411 is. All right. So the 411 it's a series of books. Uh this guy who was a Bigfoot expert in the 80s and 90s. What is his name? He's a retired cop. He's about 80% reliable on facts. He's a little shaky. He's not very shaky though. He's pretty reliable. What is his name? Oh my god. Uh I haven't watched his streams for a while. Um but he was doing Bigfoot research. And he'd gotten kind of stonewalled on the science on Bigfoot research. Um, so he was hanging around in a national park. Oh my God, I can picture him. Uh, um, what is his name? Mr. Ballin 411. Search his, and you can find streams about his videos about this. But he said he was approached by some park rangers who were like, "You need to start investigating mysterious disappearances in national parks." Uh, the the government is suppressing the information on how many people disappear in national parks while they're hiking or camping. Um, Now, there could be a sinister reason that's a normal reason for that, right? Like there's serial killers and cannibals off in the woods. Also, people just fall down holes. Like if you fall off a cliff in a national park, sometimes they just don't find what's left of you for 20 years, right? And the reason the government would suppress this is because they don't want people to be scared to go to parks. It's like letting the stats out on how often tigers and zoos eat people. Like nobody wants to know that. But the 411 disappearances are can Penelope be a mod? She can if she wants to. Um, National parks are huge. That's right. That's right. So there's a lot of reasons people might disappear, but the 411 disappearances are very peculiar. Um, So, like, you want to be a mod? All right, we'll make you a mod, Penelope. Um, um, so, I am controversial for the youth of my mods, just so you know. Um, so, so, the 411 disappearances, there's a pattern, a very peculiar pattern. Um, People disappear and then they turn up in a place where they couldn't possibly be, or parts of them will turn up in really odd ways. Um, like it's often children disappearing. Like they'll find them miles and miles away. It's like a 3-year-old boy who's autistic and can barely walk around by himself will suddenly disappear, like he walked into the woods, um, and they'll find him with his shoes missing. They often have their shoes missing. They often have their clothing turned inside out. They're often in completely inaccessible places. Like they'll find the body or the lost person way off in the middle of a mud field and there's no footprints, that kind of thing. Um, Sometimes only well, see, that's the thing. A pedo trafficking ring, there are possibly normal reasons for most of these disappearances, but like it does also seem like they're disappearing into caves or disappearing into rocks. Like one of the ones that always bothered me, they're going up a trail. There's a bunch of people. They're sort of in a long string, like they're hiking. And so there's someone like about 50 yards away, someone 50 yards in front, and there's people with eyes on this girl. And the trail is just up against a cliff. It's just rocks. There's nowhere somebody could disappear. Girl is seen clearly to lean over and look at something off to the side, and then steps out of sight, and they come up, and she's not there, and she's gone. Um, so, uh, investigate 311. This topic is boring. Uh, I feel like I should put on maybe somebody else talking about it. Um, it also kind of has to do with skinwalker activity and Bigfoot activity too. Um, so one of these, like, this kid disappeared. Um, I don't remember whether this is a kid who turned up. I think he did. His like there's children playing hide and seek in yeah, this is Wendigo stuff too, Sophie. It's all sort of part of the same phenomenon. Is this similar to the black-eyed children? Um, well, they're sort of made up, but uh let us in. Let us in. We need to use your phone. We won't kill you. um The Black-Eyed Children was actually invented. Like the guy who made up the Black-Eyed Children was into cryptid stuff, and he posted something about how if you made up a convincing supernatural cryptid type story and it caught on the internet, then it might create such a psychological reality that it would then appear that the stories are true, and then stories would start coming out from before it was made up. And that guy wrote the very first post about Black-Eyed Children about 2 weeks after he wrote that. So, and now you read, yes, there's stories about black-eyed children going way back. People have memories. Um, I remember Stairs in the Woods, which is another one that's like that. Do you guys know about the Stairs in the Woods? I feel like I should find the Stairs in the Woods thread. And the Forest Ranger thread with the Stairs in the Woods has some of the best, most compelling stuff that's related to the 411 disappearances too, and Wendigos. Um, but uh, but the 411 phenomenon seems to go all the way back because it's also the thing that's behind the Shaver mystery. Richard Shaver was this schizophrenic science fiction writer, and he published a short novel. He had this idea that there are these subhuman evil, like sort of ghost people that live underground called Darrows. And Darrows kidnap people, make people disappear. Sometimes they control people's minds with microwaves. They live under certain farms, like Skinwalker Ranch. Um, Maybe you should avoid national parks. Yeah, it's not, we should all avoid national parks until they figure out the 411. Yeah, the smiley face murders are sort of related to that too, where like, um, this soup tastes like up dog. I don't want to know what that means. Um, you know what? I'm gonna Mr. Ballin on the 411. Hold on. I'm just gonna we're gonna listen to Mr. Ballin a little bit. The missing 411. It's like if Barrow Whites were real. Yeah. Um, five strangest disappearances in forest, the missing 411 phenomenon.
Something very strange seems to be going on inside of national parks in North America. Every year, hundreds of people go missing in these parks, but these parks are huge expanses of wilderness. So it's not particularly unusual that people might go missing inside of them. But every year, of those hundreds of people that go missing, there's always a few that go missing under very strange circumstances. Either the way in which they disappeared doesn't really add up. Someone will be watching or keeping an eye on someone, they'll turn around and then turn back, and that person's missing, and there's not a trace of them, and they're never found again. Or you'll have instances of someone will go missing, there'll be an extensive search, there's no trace of them, and then they're found like miles and miles away in locations that are almost impossible to get to. Now, one man, David Paulides, who's a former police detective, he began researching these very strange disappearances inside of national parks. It started when a park ranger actually approached him and said, "Hey, there's a bunch of weird things happening in state parks. You should look into it because you're a former detective." And so after looking into it, he discovered that there were so many oddities around many of these strange disappearances. And he saw there was many overlaps and similarities that he really dove into it. And he's examined thousands of these strange cases. By his count, 10,000 plus hours of research. He's written 4 books. They're all under the name Missing 411. If you Google Missing 411, you'll find a plethora of information about these cases. He has 2 documentaries out. And so David, while he doesn't actually take a stance as to, what's causing these strange disappearances, anybody that follows along with the Missing 411 cases is basically led to believe that something is hunting humans in North America inside of national parks. It is fascinating, it is terrifying, and I've picked out 5 of the most bizarre cases that I've come across inside of Missing 411. Before we get into those 5 stories, though, if this promised to gently lambast my week. On Father's Day weekend, 1969, 6-year-old Dennis Martin, his brother, his father, and his grandfather headed up to the Smoky Mountains to go camping. This was a family tradition on Father's Day, and they were really excited about it. They get to the same campsite they always used. They set up, they have a wonderful first night, they camp out, and the next day, another camper in the area happened to walk by and saw that Dennis and his brother were playing there. And so this camper had kids as well, and he asked Dennis's father, "Hey, would it be okay if I brought my kids by? They're the same age as your sons, and they can just play together." Dennis's father says, "Sure, bring them down." And so the man goes, gets his kids, they come back, and before long, all the kids are playing hide and seek. Now, Dennis's father would say that he had an eye on Dennis the whole time. He was just at a distance, but watching his son to make sure he didn't get lost. And so at one point, all the kids are hiding from the parents. And, at some point, the parents say, "Okay, show yourselves." And all the kids, except for Dennis, show themselves. And Dennis's father has watched Dennis go behind a particular tree. He watched him do it. He was watching the whole time. And so when they said, "Come on out," and he didn't come out, he actually wasn't that concerned because he knew exactly where his son was. And then after a few moments, he yelled to his son directly and starts walking over and says, "Dennis, come out, Dennis. I know you're behind the tree." And when he finally got over there, Dennis wasn't there. Dennis's father immediately starts running off into the woods, screaming for his son. And he actually ends up running almost 2 miles up the Appalachian Trail, just hollering for his son, and he can't find him. And then the rest of the family had broken up and was searching the area because they're thinking, like, he couldn't have gone very far. He was literally just here. And Dennis's father had said before, like, "I watched him go behind the tree. I watched him. I don't know where he is, but I watched him go behind the tree." And so they're searching everywhere, and Dennis is gone. So a huge search, in fact, the biggest search in park history ensues with 1,500 searchers that included the Army Green Berets, so the special forces got involved. They are combing a 60 square mile plot. They're looking everywhere and there is nothing. There is no trace. There's no scent. There is nothing connected to Dennis Martin anywhere. And so they go back to Dennis's father and they're like, you have to tell us what you saw. Again, this doesn't add up. If you were looking at the tree and he was right there, how is it that he has just vanished into thin air? But no one knew. That was it. No one knows what happened. There's no closure. He's just gone, and they never knew what happened to him. Years later, when David Paulides was doing his research for Missing 411 and was researching the Dennis Martin case, he interviewed other families that had been at the campground at the same time that Dennis had gone missing. And one of those families was the Key family. And they had asked a park ranger where they could go on the campground where they might be able to see some bears. And so the park ranger obviously said, be careful, but you can go over here to this section of the campground and you might see a bear. And so they head over there and they're looking for bears. And one of their children hears a scream or thinks he hears a scream and kind of directs the family to look in the direction of the scream. And from their vantage point, they could see up onto the side of this mountain where there was, call it sparse trees all over the mountain. So you could kind of see in between the trees. And they saw what looked like a bear running along the mountainside, but with something slung over its shoulder. Except the interesting thing about this bear was the father was quoted as saying that it didn't really act like a bear. It was acting more like a human the way it was running. It looked, hairy and like an animal, but it was running and dodging between trees. It was holding this what looked like a child over its shoulder. It acted almost like a human. And so you have a bear man that has been spotted by the Key family, and they bring this up to the investigators that are looking into the Dennis Martin case. And, obviously the Dennis Martin investigators, they don't take this seriously.
Okay, I actually had a skinwalker encounter in the woods here once. Has anyone here heard my skinwalker story? Because it's the scariest thing that ever happened to me, and I talk about it a good bit. It happened to me in 1992. We just started my band, wrong. We had just written like our second song. Three of us were high on acid, which makes it like a weird story. We were 21. And Chris and I and Robert drove way out to the woods here in Hattiesburg. Like Chris and I were stoners. We wanted to smoke weed, and we only had a little tiny bit. So little that we couldn't just smoke it. Like we had to divide it into two tiny little piles, or we weren't going to be sure we both got some. So Robert had a Jeep Samurai, the drummer, and he's like, let's go way out to the woods and you guys can smoke your little bit of hoarded weed, like in a nice place out in the woods. It's like 3 a.m. So we're like, okay, cool. So the three of us get in this Jeep Samurai. Now, Robert and Chris, they both remember this story exactly the same way I'm telling it. Robert, he now lives in Texas. He says to this day he could find where this was because he had been driving out to the woods, just sort of hanging out by himself in his Jeep. So we're going on roads. We see all this old logging stuff. We find this place where a bunch of teenagers are parked in cars way off in the woods. It's weird. And then we get to where it's like just sort of washed out gullies and stuff. It's not even roads anymore. Robert's like having fun making the Jeep Samurai bounce all over the place. Those things turn over easy, so we're a little freaked out. He finally pulls out into a big field. It's like there's a tree line in front of us. The trees are about like 50, 60 feet high, and it's like cut away. So it's a straight line off into the distance on either side. Like a football field length, we can see it down this way, down that way. And the tree line is probably 40 feet in front of us. And to our right, there's some swampy stuff. And to our left, there's tall grass. So Robert had just been dumped by my ex Christie's older sister, Leslie, and he was heartbroken. So he's like, you guys sit in the Jeep. It's top down. It's just open. It's a Jeep. It's like, you guys sit here in my Jeep and smoke your weed, and I'm going to go off and lie in the field and think about Leslie. So he he goes off in the field. Now, we'd been high on acid, so that makes colors and visuals real weird. So we smoke this little bit of pot, and we start to see lights in the trees. And at first we thought it was just a hallucination, the drugs being weird. It looked like a 2K, like about this big, like light like that. And if it had like a sort of a muted, like dim color, like red or green or blue. And they're in the trees, like it was like one light would fade up and then fade down, and another one would fade up and fade down, and it's doing this. So at first it really just looks like we're high. We're like, wow, that's crazy looking. And it starts to become more and more clear. Like, and we're like, is that real, or are we just high? And so I'm like, well, what if if it's just like a visual effect and it's just trippy BS, then it won't look the same if we're standing a little ways apart. So you go walk 20 feet that way and I'll go walk 20 feet this way. And we won't see the same colored lights in the same places because it'll just be an effect and not actual lights, right? So we well, crazy motherfuckers in the woods, but look, this is the middle of nowhere in Mississippi in 1992. They would have had to come from the military base that's nearby. And like all skinwalker activity, there is a military base nearby. Um, so, uh, so Chris goes over here, and I go over here, and we're yelling back and forth. I'm like, there's a red light up on the right. And he's like, yep, I see that one. There's a green one low on the left. So we do that for a minute until we're sure we're lining the lights up. And so we both come back to the Jeep. We both get in the Jeep. And we're like, huh, it looks like it's real. And by this time, there's just a few lights. Like, it's getting more aggressive. And we're like, and it's everywhere in the tree line. And I go, well, if that's real, then what is it? And when I said that, all the lights came on at once. It looked like there was a stadium bank of lights behind the trees, just rows and rows of colored lights, all colors, really bright, and they all came up really, really bright everywhere, and then they shut down all at once. And then we heard this sound that sounded like evil children laughing. Like if you'd gotten a room full of small children together and told them to laugh like evil, like and giggle like demons, but like 15 or 20 children. And you made a tape of that, and then you made it speed up, like spun the pitch wheel. Like, so they're like laughing. And when it got fast, it came zooming towards us. Like, I can't even, it was like the sound was traveling through the air. So Robert, whose Jeep it was, uh, and the car keys, he's off in the field when we couldn't see him. Like, and for hours, hey Zion, how are you? I wanted to try to talk you into coming down and rescuing me, Zion. Drive me out of Mississippi. Let's rent a truck. I got a place in Chicago. Let's go, man. Get a couple of days off. Drive me to Chicago so I can just flee this situation. I got the money to go now. Like, let's go. Like tomorrow. Also, I love you and I miss you. So, all right. So let me finish telling the story. Chicago, yeah, come down here and let's drive up to Chicago. I can't rent a van because my ID's not straight. John Holmes, friend of the chat, is like, you can come move into my spare room. I'll get a job up there. I got like 1,400 right now. So I can afford to rent the van and pay for most of the gas. I can get there. I can get there. Let's go. Let's make a road trip of it. It'll be awesome. Like, I gotta bring a van because of Pi and Zoe. We could rent a car. Like, I don't have that much stuff. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, I need somebody else to drive the car because my driver's license is expired. I just got my birth certificate, so I can't get a new driver's license yet. I mean, like, I got to retest because my driver's license expired. I don't have a current ID at all, so I can't rent a van and just go. Right. So the laughing children, the evil laughing children sound. So we start yelling for Robert. Robert, we got to get out of here. Now, one interesting thing about this is if something weird happens to you in the woods, are you in, Zion? Okay, then let's go. Let's go like now. I don't like, I'm gonna have to throw a lawyer at this anyway to get this shit off the internet, but I would rather do that from somewhere else. They're coming at me. We can talk in private and I like explain a little more, but um so right, roll into a ball and cry. So we didn't think like, oh my God, it's a Bigfoot or a skinwalker or aliens. We just thought weird shit's happening. We gotta go. Like, we just gotta go. Nobody even said, was that aliens for like a 2-hour conversation after this, because it was just so weird. So, yes, Zoe. So Robert comes back to the Jeep. We're yelling for him. And I hop back in the back. So, Chris is, are you going to stop streaming when you leave? No. No. We'll stream the whole time. We will stream the hell out of the road trip. I'll be on regular hours. Yeah. Yes. Definitely. We'll have the can out, rattling the can for like gas money. Like we'll make enough money to like we'll make a couple of hundred on the fly from you guys for sure for gas money. So so Robert gets back in the driver's seat in the Jeep. Like I said, we're all stoned on acid, and acid is notorious for making you hear things weird and see things weird. I know some of you are so young you wouldn't know, and some of you've never tried this stuff. It's weird. It makes things funny looking and makes things sound funny. So Robert gets back in the Jeep, and he thinks we're having a bad acid moment. We're having a freak out. So he tries to act real calm. Like, we're all like 21 years old, understand, but Robert plays the dad. And he's like, what's wrong, you guys? We're like, Robert, there were lights, there were laughing evil children, we gotta go. And he's like, there's nothing like that going on. Come on, guys. And we're like, we're serious, just go, don't ask questions. And he's like, look, just calm down. If you heard a funny noise, there's no lights now. If you heard a funny noise, it was probably just a dock. There's swampy stuff over there. It's probably a dock. And we're like, it was not a dock. It sounded like a room full of laughing evil children, and it was manipulated, and it was zooming around, and we gotta go. And he's like, seriously, it was just a duck. And he insists we get real quiet and listen. And we're real quiet. And then we hear this duck. Wah, wah. And I swear to God, this happened exactly like this. Robert goes, see, it was just a duck. While he's saying, see, it was just a duck, the evil noise happens again. And it's closer. Like, it sounds like it's right behind the trees. And he goes, huh. And we're like, see, it's evil children laughing at us in the woods. We gotta go, man. And he's like, no, I heard something, but I couldn't hear it right because I was talking. But it sounded like birds taking off to me. We're like, it was not birds taking off, man. It's gonna get us. Just go. And he's like, come on. Just be quiet for a second and listen. And we get quiet and we hear birds taking off. And Robert says, oh, we thought Robert was in on it for a long minute. Like, we really were sure. And we, also there was no sound or light equipment within hundreds of miles. Like, we were in the business of rock and roll shows at the time. Like, the bank of lights, there was nothing like that in this part of Mississippi. There wasn't a good sound system that you could, like, only from the military base, like I said, which was on the other side of town. So the rationalist explanation is somebody came over the town in a black helicopter, a stealth helicopter, and started fucking with us. So anyway, we hear the birds take off, and Robert goes, see, it was just birds taking off. And right then, we hear the sound again, and it sounded like it was coming from under the Jeep. What is it, Zoe? You want to go under the blanket? All right, hold on. Yeah, I'll put it over you. I know. What are you doing? Go under. There you go. Zoe wanted me to put the blanket over her. She was pawing at the blanket. I am sure I wasn't just high as fuck. No, we'd taken the stuff like 7 hours earlier. So so Robert says, "See, it was just birds." And while he's saying that, the evil sound happens again, and it sounded like it was under the Jeep, like just right there. And I grabbed a tire iron off the floor and I was like, Robert, don't make me hit you and take your keys. You got to go. And by then he was scared because he'd heard it clearly that time. Like he goes, see, it was just birds. And the evil noise happens and he goes, what was that? Like, dude, just go. Don't make me hit you. Just go. We got to get out of here. Um, so yeah, he drove off. We got away. Um, but uh, we talked about it for like 2 or 3 hours trying to figure out what had happened. And now I know the Skinwalker phenomenon and Skinwalker Ranch and stuff, this stuff happens around certain military bases. Um, uh, uh, so yeah, I think it might have been guys in a black helicopter. But the black helicopters are involved in the Skinwalker stuff too. Like, I don't know, man. Um, there's something going on out there. Um, People have told me like Red used to live in a place in the woods over in Laurel where like she was like, yeah, the guys at the house there, it's a house rule. You're not allowed to say skinwalker because weird shit happens for a couple of days every time somebody says it. And if you whistle, don't whistle outside. Don't even whistle in the yard or the porch because everybody will hear whistling coming at them from the woods for like a week, which is like really? And I like Red, she's literally schizo, but she was like, yeah, no, everyone who lives at that house, they call it the haunted mansion because of the whistling from the woods. Um, I love to whistle. Yeah, I mean, I could just ride my bike down to the river now and go whistle by the river and see if I can whistle something up. But maybe it's not a good idea. There's snakes. There's um, yeah, no, like when I haven't been to this haunted house I'm talking about that Red used to stay at, but when I get a chance, it's over by Deke's place. You are never to whistle at night in the woods, right? Yeah, exactly. Because they whistle back, and then they start calling your name. Rogan, join us, Rogan. Um, One time when me and my older sister, when my mom and her ex-husband were together and me and her were sleeping, but I felt her shaking me and I woke up and we looked at each other and we couldn't move. Yeah, that's a sleep paralysis thing. Um, I used to have really bad sleep paralysis when I was a kid, like a lot. And night terrors. Like I had early childhood food poisoning and it just scrambled my nervous system. So I woke up screaming 5, 10, 15 times a night when I was a kid. The sleep paralysis, yeah. Yeah, I used to get the thing where it was the flitting shadow around the room. Also, like, this thing would happen when I was a kid where, like, I would dream, um, I would dream like the sleep paralysis dream, right? You're in bed and you can't move right, and some like the shadowy figures flitting around the room. It's like there's a figure in the room casting a shadow, but it's dark and the shadow's coming and going and it's moving around the wall and it's moving closer. And you can't move. So this thing would happen where I would dream that I woke up. I would dream that I woke up and I would think like, "Oh, I'm in my bed and it's all okay." And then the shadow would start again and I would realize I was still dreaming. And then I would dream that I woke up and be like, "Okay, okay, it's okay now." And then it would happen again. And that would happen over and over. No skinwalkers jokes? And there was a shadow of a person standing at the end of the bed, but it had glowing eyes, and after a bit we could move. That's a sleep paralysis thing, Penelope. There's a couple of good movies about that phenomenon. Like, some people think it's not just psychological. I think it is, but it's weird, dark Jungian psychology. Yeah. Uh, the thing that ambushed us in the woods with the lights and the sounds, I am very inclined to think that that was people pranking us because of the soundboard thing. Like, the lights started when we finished smoking weed. We visibly smoked weed in a pipe and then put our stuff away and the lights started. Like, do the skinwalkers, do they wait until you're stoned? That doesn't seem that doesn't seem likely. And then the soundboard stuff. Zoe, what are you doing? Oh, you got out from under the blanket. You can't get under again. Oh my God. Jeez. Zoe, I'm gonna chuck you in now, all right? Yeah, you got it. You got it. You got it. Here we go. There you go. All right? Yeah, there you go. It's your bed. You're under the blanket now. But yeah, so that the thing coming at us made those weird noises that weren't the evil noise, right? So assume that they can hear us. Assume that it's some military guys in a black helicopter, like super futuristic black helicopter, like the Black Triangle. So it moves silently. We can't see it. It's behind the trees. The lights are on booms, right? Could be like a 40-foot boom, a 40-foot boom with the light banks. That could just be physical equipment. The evil sound, zooming around, you're going to go to the hospital. I hope you're all right, Sophie. Growers out there, but like I said, there's no way if somebody had that equipment in this part of Mississippi at that time, there wasn't any Amazon. Like we would have known. It would have had to be the military base. There is a military base here. I'm sure they had a lot of sound gear and light gear out there. But anywhere else in town, if you wanted a 2K, we knew where all those were. Like there were like 2 bars in town. Sound equipment, we knew where all the gear was. So yeah, that it made the duck noise. I mean, like 3 stoned kids and the evil noise happens, and one kid is like, "It's just a duck. Listen." I swear, like you could almost visualize the guys in the helicopter and the sound guy being like, hold on, I got a duck, I got a duck." And then we hear the duck, and then the evil noise happens right after the duck while he's talking. And then the thing with the birds taking off, and then the evil noise while he's talking. Like if a guy was running the soundboard, that's what they would do. Like that, it's just too human to be a skinwalker, right? Like it's just too obviously a prank. But like I said, like it wasn't some guys it wasn't some guys. Like it had to be guys from the military base. Um, and uh, and I spent 20 years asking. First, I got it clear that nobody who's been in the military is telling like rumors about this stuff with the sound and light. Like if it's guys in the Air Force in black stealth helicopters pranking people in the woods, it's on a black ops footing. Because if it was just something people do for fun in their off hours, I would have, like, I know people, I met people, I'd always ask, "You're in the Air Force. Did you ever fly out in stealth helicopters to fuck with kids in the woods?" No. So it had to be a black ops footing, like intelligence work or spy stuff. Um, so, uh, the reason for that, there's a documentary that gets into this called Mirage Men. And nobody would come out and say so on the record, but if you know this story I just told you, Mirage Men is free on YouTube. Um, the guy who's working in intelligence for the Air Force, he explains that if there's an Air Force base, they do a bunch of weird stuff in the air, in the woods. The reason to fake encounters in the woods is so that spies can't pick up chatter that's accurate about the actual weird stuff that's going on, right? So, like, say there's a Russian spy who's hanging out at the local redneck bars near Camp Shelby, and he's trying to pick up chatter about the weird experimental Air Force stuff they're working on. Well, he's going to hear stories about UFOs and giggling demons in the woods and banks of lights. Like, that means that a whole bunch of information is just not good. It just muddies the water. And it's fun. The guy in Mirage Men basically claims to have arranged for Area 51. That, like, Area 51 was the original source for this. Because at Area 51, they're experimenting with weird, flying stuff over the base. They've got retired military guys who live in trailers in the desert around there just watching this guy with binoculars who start calling the Air Force Base to report this stuff. Like, I think there's Chinese weather balloons that aren't weather balloons. There's like weird little satellites zooming around and stuff. So they created the Area 51 prank to mislead a specific group of people, specific guys, so that if they did just happen to tell accidentally a Chinese spy what was going on, they wouldn't actually be able to tell them what was going on. They'd tell them this weird bullshit about a crashed alien spaceship. Cryptid deterrence, yeah. The world is more Stranger Things than Twin Peaks. Zoe, you can't. She keeps climbing out from under the blanket and demanding I put her back under it. Hold on. Zoe, I keep putting her under there and she keeps dragging it off. You want to be back under there? All right. Twin Peaks. Were you a part the group trying to break into Area 51 a few years back? No. No, there's a good video about a guy who hiked through illegally though and made a bunch of videos while he didn't see anything that interesting, but it's a huge place. Like they do a bunch of stuff there. And that's like the Skinwalker Ranch thing. It's pretty clear that there's military stuff going on. Like at Skinwalker Ranch, there's like a lake that has things that fly into it at night, like that go into the water and that come out of the water. I don't know if you guys know about Skinwalker Ranch. I really want to write the movie about Skinwalker Ranch. It's a crazy story. And I don't like I think a lot of it is probably bullshit. Like it's like Amityville Horror. It's just too pat. Like it's too pat to really be believable. It's just too good a piece of storytelling. Like the people who bought the ranch and move in, first thing they notice is there's big padlocks, multiple padlocks on both sides of every door inside and outside the house. Like Wojo Squad. So the Skinwalker Ranch story, okay? My favorite part of the Skinwalker Ranch story is the beginning. Family, the guy went to college for agriculture, to be a cattle rancher. This is not agriculture, but so they buy a bunch of expensive cows. They buy a ranch super cheap, suspiciously cheap, haunted house cheap. So they arrive. I think there's multiple kids. There's 2 or 3 kids. There's parents. They pull up in their pickup truck and they get out and they're looking around. So first they go through the house and like I said, there's big padlocks, multiple ones on the inside and outside of every door inside the house, like going from the bedrooms to the halls and stuff. And they're already like, huh, that's very strange. Why would you do that? So they're unloading stuff from the pickup truck and they see this big dog in the distance, right? So there's fences. It's a cattle ranch. So it's like it's fields and there's a fence and then there's another fence at the back of the field and another fence back of that. So they see this really big dog like sort of romping around down by like the back fence. And it's really big. Like at first they're like, oh, it's a dog, and then they realize it's as tall as a really tall fence. Zoe, why are you doing that? I'm not gonna put you back under there. No. Yeah, just lay down, you freak. So the dog starts walking towards them, but just sort of drifting, like drifting from fence to fence, and they're all watching it like that's very weird. Like, and it comes up, and it's like it's this tall, like it's sort of like a wolf, and it's sort of like a dog, but it's this tall, and it sort of comes up amongst them. So when they tell the story, the people this happened to are like, first, it's weird we let it walk up to us. It didn't seem like it was acting like a wild animal or dangerous or anything, but like it just walked up to us. I can't even remember how the rest of this story goes in a way that I feel like I should find the Mr. Ballin video about this. But so it finally walks over to like they don't pet it, but they just let it walk up amongst them and they're looking at it like, huh, it's a huge damn dog. And it doesn't seem friendly or unfriendly. There's a baby cow, a calf, and a mom behind a fence in the yard nearby. And the calf is sort of nosing at the fence and the dog thing goes over and bites onto the head of the baby cow, just bites down and is holding onto it through the fence. So like they start throwing rocks at it, trying to drive it off. Finally, the dad shoots it. Like he's got a sidearm and he shoots it and it just ignores him. And then he walks over and shoots it right in the head. And it looks at him kind of annoyed and then goes away. And they're like, huh. But like they had a lot of strange shit happen at Skinwalker Ranch. There's a TV show about investigating Skinwalker Ranch, a reality show that ran for a whole season. And I haven't watched it, but my understanding is the really weird stuff would happen while nobody was watching. But they got a lot of really good evidence that things are going on underground there, except it's all sort of science-y. Like you got to watch like 30 or 40 minutes of them explaining how the equipment works, and then they're like, see, it's detecting movement and sound underground. Abandon the ranch, they'd sunk all their money into it. It's the classic haunted house thing. So like, yeah, they got to where there were shadow people walking through the walls. Like, there were orbs flying around. Like, the guy's dogs disappeared, their cats disappeared. Um, the guy saw black triangles in the woods. Like one of the things that, like one of the really spooky things is, like he's following orbs around in the. He had taken by this time to acting like a speed freak, just walking around quietly in the woods with his gun, trying to figure out what's going on. So he's standing in the woods quietly, and he sees the black triangle. It's like the size of a helicopter, and it's a black triangle, and it's moving dead silent, very slow through the trees, like just moving around like an animal, but it's up off the ground. It's up in the trees. And he's watching it, like he's standing in the shadows, watching it from kind of a distance. And he shifts his foot, and a twig cracks, just one twig, and the thing that's a flying like a helicopter thing, a black triangle, turns in like an animal, like turns facing where he is. I don't remember what happened next, but like it's crazy. The Skinwalker Ranch story is absolutely nuts. I don't know why there hasn't been a definitive movie based on the first story about the family that moved in. It's like Amityville Horror. Like there should be a movie. And like Amityville, hey police dude, how are you? Hey Zion. Um so I was gonna get up in the morning and throw money at a lawyer. I'm gonna go talk to a lawyer in the morning. Um I haven't paid my rent yet, Zion. That's why I have enough money to do this. I was about to go drop 500 on rent, and another 100 on the power bill, but I'd rather leave town. John Holmes is like, come on up to Chicago. Um, it's just best for me to get away from this. I don't know what these people are going to do next. They're already. I'll tell you in private messages, but it's not. They're trying to get me in trouble for the stream. The like weird story about some stuff that happened a long time ago that's not true. That's not what they're trying to get me in trouble for. They're trying to get me in trouble for using the stream to bully. Um yeah, I know Chicago rules. It's just an expensive place to move to. If I can land somewhere and have a week or two to get on my feet before I got to start paying rent, then aces. And you see how I like the stream kind of half pays for what I'm doing now anyway. If we make a road trip out of it, then you can find places to live in the hood for like $300. Yeah. Well, I just need a room for me and Pi and Zoe. Good night, Penelope. We'll see you tomorrow. I'll make sure I'm here. Um, you pay 700 for rent and it's in downtown almost. Bet it's kind of a small place, but you got a spare room. That's pretty good. Um, Wendigo stories are creepy too, police dude. I got really into listening to okay, so Zion, is it a plan? You want to do that? I've got I think 1400 right now. I'm about to go talk to a lawyer, and if he's like, I'll take 500 to make this filing and make this go away, I'm gonna do that. But I'll definitely have 1,000 still. Um, and we can raise money to pay for the rest of the road trip. Um, you live in Boys Town? Yeah, I've heard of Boys Town. My friend, there's a slight chance you might know my friend, a musician named Eddie Dixon. Rockin' Eddie Dixon. He's from Mississippi and he moved there for a long time and moved back. He's like a Tom Waits clone. He sings just like him. Uh, White guy about my age, bisexual. Really good guy. But he lives down on the coast now, and I hadn't really been talking to him much. Does he play in bars? Yeah. Yeah, that's his he really wants to be Tom Waits. Yeah. Um I don't know what bands he played with up there, what his bands were called, but his name's Eddie Dixon. Um you did Google me and all it showed you was my movies and stuff. Really? Well, maybe the stuff has been taken down now. I should confirm it before I go. But I mean, I'm gonna have to mount a defense anyway. But if I can just leave town, I can worry about mounting a defense later. And it's really about the harassment online. It's not. They're making it impossible for me to live here because of the rumor mill in town. That's not going to bother me anywhere else in the world. So, you were a session guitarist in Chicago. I'll ask him if he knows John Holmes. He'll be like, dude, that was before my time. I don't know. You can't play a single instrument? Not with that attitude, you can't. Um, all right, all right. Oh my God. If I had an escape plan, it's looking like an escape plan. But like I'd want to bug out this week because they're gonna try to get me arrested for the streams, like mentioning certain people by name in the streams. That's what they're coming at me for. And so I got to talk to a lawyer tomorrow morning about um, responding, paperwork, filings. Um, yeah. And like somebody who's an expert on cyberbullying and harassment because it's a concerted harassment campaign. Now, it isn't hurting the channel, it's just bringing in viewers, but it's killing me locally. Like, I'm in physical danger. It's not looking like a mob is going to come for me now, but like, I can't get a job here. I work in restaurants and retail, and I can't be public facing when 20 people are going to call the place and start telling them that I'm a predator. Like, I've lost 2 jobs already over it. I mean, I didn't have them yet, but the idea that I'm some kind of predator is ludicrous. Just not plausible, as anyone who hangs out in here knows. I'm creepy professionally. I'm a horror guy, but I'm not a creep. I'm sick of talking about it, but I would like to get out of town. I'd really like to see you too, Zion. Um, Obviously. God, please help me, you guys, please help me. I just want to be safe. I want my cats to be safe. Poor Pines, oh. I wish this was not my real life. It's I didn't know they were calling you a creep. That's crazy. Search Roganautica on Reddit. That stuff won't be taken down, even if stuff has been taken down. And you'll see it. I think, unless it all ran scared, and maybe that's why it's gotten quiet in here the last couple of days. I did set a 20-minute subscription filter, so people have to wait a minute to come in making accusations. But for like a week, it was just continuous, just boom, boom, boom. Like I couldn't play a song on the guitar because I would have to field these comments being like, just accusing me of the worst things you can imagine. This side of murder, worse things actually. It's horrible. It's just horrible. And completely made up. Completely made up. Like, I'm not a great guy. I'm not, but I wish I'd never fooled around with women at all. I should have trusted my instinct when I was young and really wanted to be gay, and it turned out that I was straight. And like, I seemed like a real faggy kid and thought, this is weird. Like, why am I not gay? Like, maybe I should have worked harder. I should have worked harder. You just woke back up. Yeah, yeah, and I'm not supposed to talk about it because of a court order, but then they're already representing that I've violated the court order by capturing stuff from a while ago and representing it as new. I think is what's going on, but I need a lawyer. They wouldn't show me. They wouldn't show me what was coming at me, which also is like already people are like, you're supposed to be able to see what they're showing the court. Like they didn't. I don't know the name of their lawyer. They didn't tell me the name of the lawyer. Brought a lawyer. But they really want the streams shut down. That's they're making things up to try to get me in trouble with YouTube or yeah. Um, Zoe, what are you doing? They have to show eventually and before trials start, right? But if they can manage to get me arrested, I'm in trouble. Just from the amount of money it's going to cost me to get out. I've got no one to come by and take care of the cats if I spend the night in jail. They're it's, and then I'll have to show up for something. Then I'll have to show up for something. Like if I can get out of town before it happens, then I don't have to worry about it. I have to pay a lawyer to head it off. Um, I'm sleeping with the lights on tonight. Uh, this is so much more horrible than any horrible thing that's ever happened to me that I can't it's just not even I can't even compare it. Yeah, and I shouldn't be talking about it at all, but if I can make a plan to get out of town, I'm not worried about it. Um, are we warriors and soldiers in here? I guess we are. It's Rogan's army. I thought we were a cult, actually. The girls were saying that we're a cult. Like the girls in the chat earlier, I was like, "Who? Like, what is the God thing in the cult? What God do we worship?" And they're like, "Your God." Like, no, uh, please, please don't. Sure, I don't think I'm actually not creepy enough to be a cult leader. I'm too nice. Why skip town when you can stay and show them who you really are? The expense, and I'm having trouble getting a job. That's actually the main thing. I need income from a day job. The channel isn't going to pay for everything, not for probably another year. At the present rate of building up the channel, in a year it'll be paying for everything if I eat cheap. But I need a day job, and yeah, I'm not safe. I'm getting death threats constantly. Like if I didn't have the filter on in the chat, somebody would be coming in telling me they're coming for me and they're meeting up to come kill me, and it was happening every 15 minutes. Like an insane number of threats. It's just a bullying campaign. They hadn't come for me. Like Zion was planning to come visit, and I was like, "Dude, I don't think you should right now. Now I think it's safe, but if we go out, I don't know. It might diffuse the whole thing. If they're if I have a boyfriend with me, that, it would confuse them. They would be like, wait, he can't be the kind of creep we thought he was. He's not even straight. But I'd rather leave. It's safer to just leave. It's better to just leave and start over again somewhere where this is not going on. And yeah, repair my reputation from afar. Um, my understanding before I got here was the person making the accusations is well known to be someone who makes stuff up. But the public posts have been deeply damaging. Yeah, I don't. It would take me 3 or 4 months to fix it, and even then, I might still have trouble getting a local job. Zoe, Zoe, what are you doing? Hi, Marfrag. How are you? Um, what do you need, buddy? What is it? Yes? Well, Zoe. Yes. Um, Sophie's really going to the hospital? Jeez, I hope she's all right. Um, I think from what she was saying, I would think she has some kind of ulcer, but she's awfully young to have some kind of ulcer. Can't I just heal everyone and fix everything? It takes time, but people work it out. Yeah, I mean, one way or another, but like I said, I'm about to be back to the wall with no money and have a lot of trouble getting a job. How old is she dealing with a hospital level ulcer? Well, it might be it might be something else. I'm judging from about 30 words and like 5 things she said. I'm not a doctor. I'm just assuming it's like the thing I had that hurt in a similar place. Oh, Zoe wants treats. Is that what you're yelling for? I don't, there's only like 2 treats left, Zoe. What in God's name? Yes? Is that what you wanted? You wanted me to move this stuff so you can hang out in there? All right. Zoe, you all right now? You gonna be good? All right. She seems happy now. All right. So yeah, I'm worried I'm going to be served with something in the morning that would allow them to arrest me if they decide to do so. And so I'm rushing off to see a lawyer first thing in the morning. I also have to go ride the bike for like 20 miles to get my ID, and I'm going to have to get the bike repaired before I go do that. And all of this is just preparatory to spending all my money on this BS. And they got deep pockets and they're already lawyered up and they've already destroyed my reputation locally. I'm going to have trouble getting a job. I'm not sure if it's even possible. I'll have to get a job in a totally different, not public facing field. And this is a small southern town. They're acting like I'm some kind of human monster who somehow has just escaped detection this whole time. Like they're pretending I'm like a serial predator. And like, it's like, yeah. So it's coming up for the first time when I'm 55. Get a grip, get a grip. But you know, it's retarded small town bullshit. And yeah, in 6 months it'd be fine. Like all the old people who are normal and sensible are like, yeah, it'll blow over after a while. But it's making my life a living hell and a nightmare. If I leave town, I can just ignore it and it'll be fine. It'll keep coming at the channel occasionally because these people they're now embedded haters. Um, yeah. Oh my God. I'm not supposed to talk about it at all. It's really, really, really. I mean, that's one of the things I got to ask a lawyer. Like, how can I just not talk about it at all? Like, it's a public scandal. It's on the internet. I don't, I have to respond. Like, I can't just be told to be silent while they keep attacking me. I need a cyberbullying expert to handle that. Um, it's awful. It's just awful. It's really awful because because I have 2 daughters, I make a particular point of being kind to young women, and that's a cohort in here, and it's just one of the things I do. Like, um, the lawyer is going to play you. He's just going to take your money. I mean, that's the problem, right? Is that I don't know whether the first lawyer I've already talked to one lawyer who's ghosted me because it turned out he's friends with the opposition. Like he gave me one consultation for free, but then he wouldn't even refer me to another lawyer. Um, and there's a bunch of other lawyers in town who won't help me because my father was a lawyer in town, and I burned them all in public posts, mad at them for enabling my father's alcoholism. And so there's competent lawyers who hate me. So I don't. That also is like I don't. I'm really in a bad position, in a bizarre Southern Gothic way. That it'd be really better if I just leave town, especially if I have a place to go. And Zion wanted to come visit anyway. If he rents the vehicle, um, then we can go. Oh my God, Zoe, I'm gonna shoot you with the water gun, buddy. What are you doing? They're obsessed with me. Yeah, they are. Um, and it's really creepy. And it seems like a big part of the problem is they hate the live streaming. If you go poking through the people complaining about me, they're like, yeah, he's around town using his live stream to harass young people. Like, but I'm a live streamer. I go to music events and restaurants and stuff. I talk to anyone who happens to be standing there. I had this weird thing at Crescent City Grill too, where like they fired me for supposedly harassing female coworkers with my camera, taking pictures of them, and I was told I was sharing videos and pictures to ridicule them on the internet. Like while I was straight promoting the restaurant I worked at. Zoe, what are you doing? Dude. What? Yeah, I'm right here.
Hello, TX2 fan, Jesus is Lord. How are you? Well, I don't know what you want me to do, Zoe. You wanted the treats, huh? Is that what we're gonna do here? Let's see. Is that it? 'Cause there's only like 2 left. Where's your sister? Hi, Wacket. Come in. What are you doing? Come get treats. Why are you guys acting so weird? What is even happening? Um, But yeah, the initial attacker seems to be just like the point seems to be to just make me leave town. So if I leave town, it'll probably fold up and blow away on multiple levels. Uh, it's a real shame, but like, what am I gonna do? The whole town has decided they hate me for made up reasons. It's Yeah, they're not coming at me for the allegations. They're coming at me for complaining about the allegations on the live stream. So I need a cyberbullying expert to wrangle it. Yeah, leave nightmare. That's what I was talking to John Holmes and Zion. I can go to Chicago, and Zion can drive. I got the money to finance it, but we should go like now, like in the next couple days. Um, How did you make it from Ohio to Mississippi? I rented a van and drove down here. I had family and friends here. Melissa got me the hotel room. Everything should be squared by now. I did know that this rumor was going around, but I was told that everyone knew it was not plausible and that it wouldn't like affect me because crazy people be crazy. But there's a whole massive like hate campaign that, like I said, seems just basically based on I'm a Hollywood guy, I got a weird accent, I wear all black, they don't like how much people like me, and they're coming at me. Yeah, I can't go out and live stream now. Somebody will like well, like the tavern stream. You guys can look at what happened at the tavern. Like suddenly there was an angry mob chasing me out of the bar. Like when I went to the police station, they were like, "You should have stood your ground and called the police." It's like, I didn't have a friend there. I was surrounded. Who knows what they would have said to the police? I certainly wouldn't have walked out of that without like a beat down, even if the police did come. Um, I was gonna say that like what happened to the beer place? I got banned. I've been banned from everywhere you guys have seen me stream. They've asked me not to come back because they get dozens of calls from people claiming I'm a predator and that they need to make sure I'm not there. Like the dude who owned Hub City Beers told me last time I was there live streaming, he had to answer the phone over and over and over again and keep telling people he's not doing any harm. He's not doing anything wrong. He's just sitting in the back by himself. And they're like, he's a predator. He's a creep. He's a stalker. You got to get out of there. Man, the dude who owned the place told me I was banned because I was scaring women who worked there. He had tears in his eyes. He's an ex-cop who used to be in politics here, and he was really disturbed and really upset. And I was like, yeah, I don't plan to stream here until this blows over. And he's like, thank you. Yeah, but I would have to ban you and you can't come to the music events here anymore. Like even my old friends playing, like Mark Mann, I don't know what he would say about all this. Like he probably already knew it was going on when I was at that show at that place and like talked to him while he was playing. But it's just like, why would I want to bother anyone? I don't want to bother anyone. It's supposed to be fun. Like, I'm not supposed to be risking my life and making people angry at me and generating mobs and scaring women, like, who just have no idea. How can they know? Like, these weird allegations, how can they know? Of course, there's some people going to be genuinely worried. Like, it's madness. I really thought I was in absolute, like, close physical danger for a while. But it's hey Penelope, did you finish cleaning up? Like I don't know. It's the worst thing that's ever happened to me. It's just I shouldn't have come back here. I had no idea. It's where I'm from. I had family here. Some of the people doing this are the exact people I thought would be my family here. You're starting to get tired, Nightmare? That's good, right?
Um, yeah, no, I can't, you like my tortoiseshell? I have two of them. They're sisters, Pi and Zoe. And they're hard to tell apart if you've only seen, you might have seen both of them and thought you only saw one. Are they both here right now? Pie Wacket's right here. Yeah, here, hold on. This one's Pie Wacket. And I think maybe the kittens are doing something under the trailer is why they're being so weird. And um, that one's Zoe over there, the one who's been making noise. They're hard to tell apart. They've got some markings that are different. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. Um, Also, if I leave town, I can just start talking about this stuff again, which, the people who called the beer place are probably some people that come in your streams. I bet it was Salted Slug. Yeah, Salted Slug has a whole attack page now. And yeah, I'm literally not allowed to talk about the videos that he's posted, which is amazing. Um, how old's my tortoiseshell? They're about 3 years old. So wait, so what do you do? What's going on, police dude? There's coyotes by my driver's side door. That Yes, Zoe, are you gonna go in there? That's Zoe and that's Pie Wacket. Did I already how old are they? They're about 3 years old. Maybe 2.5. I don't know. Oh, you want to snuggle? Is that what you've been yelling about? Yeah? All right. All right. We'll snuggle. How's that, buddy? Yeah, that was it? You just want to snuggle? That's what she's been yelling about the whole time. Coyotes aren't dangerous. They snuggle too. They're very snuggly animals. You just especially if you feed them. You honk the horn and they ran off. Yeah, I was gonna say they don't attack people normally. They're not anywhere near as scary as they should be or could be. Like they'll yeah, they're easy to scare off. So that's all she wanted. She just wanted me to lie down so she could snuggle. It's rare to have a tortoiseshell that's a boy. Yeah, I've had 5 of them. These are my 4th and 5th. Yeah, they're both female. Yes? Is that better, Zoe? You gotta settle down. Quit being a spaz. And just stop. Snorfy. That's all she wanted. She just wanted to snuggle. Um, I don't know if Zion's still in here. I really want to like resolve that plan like tonight, but they bite children and small pets. Yeah, they'll target something they'll go after cats. Like if you live somewhere where coyotes are, you don't want to have an outdoor cat. It'll just disappear. Um, would you skip town before lawyer stuff or after handling it? Before. Like I'm saying, like, yeah, I would rather just blow out of town. Zion and I are on the phone. Yes, Zion, I texted him, I ducked out of the stream to text him and ask him to come in earlier. Um, yeah, no, the whole legal attack might just fold up and disappear if I leave town because I mean, it is coming at the YouTube channel. But YouTube, I'm allowed to, like, um, I don't know, but it would be safer if I left town and I would not have to worry about getting a job. I can go right back into fine dining where I'm a badass. Like I'm good at that stuff. Um, I could do kitchen work again. I love working with food. Um, yeah,
Yeah. Or hell, I can work at McDonald's. If I apply to McDonald's here, people are going to start phoning the McDonald's. Somebody does hire me. People see that I'm working there. The attacks are going to come at me. So yeah, whether it's Salted Slug like calling the bar or not, it'll be locals anywhere now. They will just come at me. Nowhere else is that going to happen. Like I'll just keep it secret where I work, and then nobody can call where I work. So like that's it. That's resolved if I leave town. I did want to do some recordings with some local musicians. That was really important to me, but like safety comes first. My cat's got to be safe. I got to be safe. And I need to be here for you guys. You guys see, like, there's a lot of people in here who really need me. Why would they call the bar? They're trying to make it so I can't go out anywhere, so I can't have a job, so I have to leave town. And the constant threats are about that too. Nobody's come, like, you can tell where I live watching the streams. Nobody's come over here. They just want to intimidate me until I leave. Like, the not being able to get a job part is really but also I'm gonna have to spend money on a lawyer if I stay. If I leave, I'll just, I'll just assume it's gonna vanish and pay a lawyer later to deal with the internet stuff. Um, I mean, yeah, I love you too, buddy. Um, I don't know. I mean, John Porky, you saw they followed the girls away from the stream and attacked them on their own channels and pages. Sophie had to take down her face reveal because somebody told her that they were going to put her face on a flyer next to mine and hang it all over town. It's fucking gross. If the other people keep worrying about it in this town, yeah, because I'll just get a job some other town and I will live in some other town and they won't know where I work. And that's, yeah, it's really weird, John Porky, especially given that they aren't going after the men in the chat. There's two or three of you guys who are like, bring it, motherfucker. I'm an adult with a gun. Come at me. Here's my address. Here's my phone number. No, it's just the teenage girls. They just want to bully the girls and be like, you're, it's really creepy, man. Why involve her? Yeah, why put her face on a flyer? I don't know. They just want to make sure the teenage girls are scared. It's horrible. Like, it's just I don't know, and that's made me give up on this town. Like I don't have a friend in the world here. Nobody's got my back. Anywhere else I've ever lived, I would have a cohort of friends who are like, we trust you and believe in you. We got your back. You guys do in here. But here where people have known me since I was 20, not one person. I got one friend who's willing to argue with the attackers on threads on my Facebook page, but he lives in Laurel. It's 40 miles away. I was bugging him about like a possible place to live over there just the other day, but hadn't got a response. So yeah, um, yeah. Why not go to Israel? I'm not Jewish enough to get the pass for one thing. Like my mom wasn't Jewish, so um, 40 miles could be away enough not for me to be able to get a job. If somebody who's involved in the attacks walks into somewhere where I work and sees me, they will call and complain and lie about me. If you look at the Reddit pages, it's funny because the internet isn't buying the shit. Like there's people like attacking and making insinuations, and then people are immediately replying things like, why haven't you involved the police?" Well, because there's no, it's just made up. So yeah, how can I involve the police? Like how would anybody, there's nothing to do. It's made up. Um, the legal attack is entirely about the idea that I'm bullying and harassing people with the live streams, which is why I can't go out here anymore. I can't live stream out in public anywhere. Um, there's other people who aren't involved coming in threatening to work up other lawsuits over bullying and harassing. That Holly character. for one. It's, I don't know. I have to pay a lawyer to deal with it. If I leave town, I can just ignore it till they come at me through YouTube. Like, they're, it's really weird. It's like the entire town thinks that live streaming is some kind of creeping intrinsically. Like they think I'm like the creepy photographer wandering around the beach in Los Angeles telling girls I can make them famous. But like I'm live streaming bars and restaurants and fun things like the zoo. Like I museums, went to the museums. I go down the bike trail. Like it's I like to hang out with people and talk to them. Anyone who'll hang out and talk to me, I'll hang out and talk to them. But yeah, 40 miles is not away enough. Eventually somebody would walk into where I work and I'd lose my job. I already don't have a job reference anywhere here. Like the last two places I worked are telling people that this is going on. So like it's a fucking nightmare. It's a fucking nightmare. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go to bed and get up early in the morning so I can go chase this stuff. Um I don't know if Zion's still in here, but I'm gonna message him. Um uh John Holmes. Okay, I saw your email address in the group chat. You're in the group chat now. Okay, okay. Um, early for what? I got to get up early, so I need to go. I need to get on the phone, trying to get a lawyer right away at 9, 8 in the morning, whatever. But also, I have to ride the bike to the DMV so I can use my birth certificate to get an actual up-to-date Mississippi ID. It's probably too late to just buy a driver's license. They told me more than a month that I wouldn't be able to do it after it expired, but I don't have a legal ID at all right now. So I need a Mississippi ID. So I got to go to the DMV. It's an 8 mile ride on the bicycle. The bicycle's brakes are broken. So I have to go to the bike shop, which is 4 miles the other direction first. So I got to ride about 16 miles on the bike total before I can even get home. Um, you just had to call the police about the coyotes. Um, 8 miles each way. It's a total of 16 miles, but the bike shop is 4 miles the other direction. So it's a total of 24 miles. Actually, I got a bike first thing in the morning. Um, yeah, and there's just sort of nothing I can do about that. My power bill is overdue, and I got to go pay that in a different direction. But that I will just blow off if I'm leaving town. I'll just get the power shut off and get my deposit back, and then I'll have more money to move on. That'd be just aces. Um, yeah, it's really far. I hope I can do it. I mean, I have to. I don't have a choice. And then I'll be out of the house, and they won't be able to serve papers on me if I'm out of the house. So, I mean, they can stop me. I mean, um, someone walked past making statements that they're going to hurt themselves, so I called a welfare check on them. You have to pay a $2,000 bill for an overdose. Yeah, that would have been more expensive than taking less dope, for sure. um, yes. Um, why do you have to pay for overdosing hospital treatment? All right, guys. I'm gonna shut the stream down. I hate to let you guys go because I have to sit here alone with this. But maybe I have a plan now. Maybe I can talk Zion into coming over to hold my hand and drive the van. Penelope, I'll see you tomorrow. Um, um, good luck with the police, dude. Um, It took so little, but it was strong. It was my second time. Man, I almost overdosed on fentanyl once. I just don't touch that stuff anymore. I got spooked. That was like 5, 6 years ago, but I mean, um, do you know when you will be live next? Well, like I said, I've got this epic thing I gotta do. Um, I'd like to go live while I'm out and doing stuff, but if anybody sees me living, they'll recognize me from the photos going around on the attack posts. So, like, that's what happened at the tavern, and the beer place, and I don't know. Um, but I'll definitely be on. Like, yeah, I got a whole day's worth of daytime stuff to do. I don't know whether I'll be able to be on until like after 5, but I'll come on as soon as I can. Um, it's gonna be an epic day. I still hadn't made the real bed. The bed is still in parts and pieces in the living room. Maybe if Zion will come down and we can rent a van, I'll just bring the bed with me. I mean, I will. Like if, yeah. It's so miserable. It's such a nightmare. Um, Thanks for being here, guys. You guys are the only family I have now, for real. Like, you know, um, unfortunately, how old is Zion? Old enough. He's much younger than me. He's in his early 20s. I don't know. I should know exactly how old he is, but I wasn't paying attention. He's cute. He's really nice. He's very smart. Um, is Zion, are you still here, Zion? um, you're still awake, huh? It's 2:42 in the morning. You are correct. You're in my time zone. Um, all right. Yeah, I gotta go. Um, Zion said like, yeah, let's do it, but he didn't say yeah, let's do it like 3 or 4 times. So I'm hoping he went rushing off to like book a plane ticket. Um, John Holmes, there are young ladies present. Why are you being gross? There are probably no young ladies directly present right at the moment. Penelope was going to bed, but come on, come on. All right, guys. I'm gonna I'm gonna I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go to bed. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Yeah. I'll I'll uh Sophie went to the hospital and Penelope just went to bed like 10 minutes ago or something. So, but I always just like the I stopped saying gross things myself except when I'm reading comments when I realized how often there's pretty young people in here. I hope Sophie's okay too. I wasn't paying, like, I was telling that story when that. Why did she go to the hospital? She was having pains that sounded to me like stomach pains. She was worried it was appendicitis or something, like right here. Um, she's stabbing pains. I hope she's all right. She's such a good kid. Her stomach hurt on one side. Yeah, police dude, and the way she's been talking about the way she eats, I thought it might be like an esophageal thing. Like because I had an ulcer right there, but that's the reason I think that. Like I had an ulcer that felt like stabbing pains in a very specific spot. Uh, when I was 19, um, and caused by my eating habits in part. She's really young to have some kind of stomach problem, so I hope she's all right. You gotta hope she's all right. Um, all right, guys. Thank you so much for being here, everybody. Is it also like a tumor? No, it's more like an internal sore. It's basically like an open cut, but inside your intestines or your esophagus, or a sore spot rubbed raw, and sometimes caused by what you're eating or medications you're taking, or just having a bad gut. Nervous problems can cause it. But if it ruptures, that can be bad. Yeah, and there's a level of pain that's like really serious. You have to go to the hospital for it, even if it's minor. Also, things can be minor, but they throw medications at it, and you got to have it treated. Um, I don't want to have to leave either, John Porky, but it's a much better idea than staying here. And I can afford to do it right now. Yeah, I can afford to go. If I don't pay my rent, I can afford to go. And I'm going to be trying to throw money at a lawyer first thing in the morning, which is, I don't know. Um, good luck with the cops, police, dude. You see him rolling up. You guys try to have a good night. I hope everybody is well who isn't. And I'll see you guys in here tomorrow. Do you already know who the lawyer is? No. Nobody, most of the lawyers in this town were friends with my dad or friends with some of the opposition, and nobody will return my calls. Like, I keep leaving messages with lawyers, and they keep not returning my calls. So it's really a bad situation. Um, that's not supposed to happen. So, yeah, I could get a public defender, but I would have to have something to defend. I'd have to wait for them to escalate paperwork until I get arrested. And like I said, that's entirely about trying to stop me from talking about this. That's the whole. There's not any criminal matter. It's just that I'm talking about how they're coming at me and bullying me that they're coming at me for. Do you have to meet up with a lawyer in person? Well, probably, yeah. But first thing I'm going to do is get on the phone and try to find somebody who will meet me. So yeah, I might have to ride even farther on the bicycle tomorrow, actually. Um, Zoe, what are you doing? Yeah, I love you too, buddy. This is very strange behavior. You fixed the bike? No, I got to go do that first. I don't know when the bike shop opens actually, so that's when the epic journey is gonna be predicated. She's sort of in heat, yeah, is sort of what's going on. I still haven't been able to get them fixed. Nobody will give me a ride to the vet. I've had the money to do that for months. Nobody will give me a ride to the vet. Like literally nobody in the town will meet up with me to give me a ride anywhere. Yeah, 30 miles of bike riding, yep. Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be a rough day. And I'm gonna have to do it on 6 hours of sleep now. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. And yeah, tomorrow's gonna be a big day for me. Yeah, maybe if they come arrest me first thing in the morning, I won't have to do all the bike riding. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Um, with any luck.